That's like, there is? What the fuck does that mean, there is? What?
There is.
Okay. That's hype.
Hype.
Wintoning? Bro, I want to be Wintoning.
Bro, I fucking love Wintoning.
Wintoning.
Squishy and I are getting on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
We're gonna be finishing each other's.
Locked in.
Alright.
This is Pog. We're not like... Wait, can they hear us?
Yes, that's a lie for me.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the OWSeasons broadcast. Here we're going to have a great matchup. This is going to be the grand finals of our spring division. We're going to be having the Killer Ducks versus Iowa State. Killer Ducks are the first seed in their division, so they had a great run through the upper bracket and made it all the way here to the grand finals, while Iowa State had to take a little bit of a different path. They were some underdogs, the third seed, beating the first and second seed in their division, bringing it all the way here to the grand finals for them. So great job from them making this lower bracket run, and we're going to see if they're going to be able to do it against the Killer Ducks, who is a higher seeding. It's going to be a tough game, but I think they're going to do it, and we should have a great game on our hands.
Oh, I completely agree, Squishy. Like, fun fact is, Iowa State JV actually won seasons last season.
This is true.
It's like they're looking to become
champs.
Yeah, they're looking to become the second ever two-time, like, back-to-back champs.
Yeah, we should have a great game. I've casted both these teams before, and every single time it's been an absolute banger. I mean, Zinth on the side of Iowa State, one of their DPS players. Every single game, this guy's going absolutely mental. Every single time that he's on screen, he's doing something crazy. And Cliff B. Thick, their tank player alongside of him, is always right next to him, side by side. Their dives are coordinated. They're shooting at the same person. They're looking at the same person. And every single time that these two are on the screen, it's magic.
Yeah, and actually, like, a little fun fact about Zinth is he tried out as a FAR player originally, and then they stuck him on Soj.
A little bit of a fun fact.
Yeah, because Salad's flex DPS are just, honestly, watching him play the Torber mate is a little bit of a work of art.
Work of art, indeed. He even has a Torbjorn profile picture. I know you can't see it, but trust me, it's the gold Torbjorn profile picture. So this guy's gonna go a little bit crazy today. So I'm really looking forward to see what he's gonna be able to do.
Yeah, and on the side of Killer Ducks, I mean, they're a little bit of a wild card for both of us, as neither of us have casted any of their matches.
It's gonna be
as far as we know. But I mean, hey, they're in the number one seed. They have yet to drop a match this playoffs. As they're the ones that came from the upper bracket. So I mean, clearly they know what they're doing.
These guys have got it on lock. And as the first seed, they are going to be getting the first map pick. And it looks like they're going to be picking Li Zhang for a control point. Again, this is the best of 7. So we can have up to 7 maps this match, and every single one is going to be decided by the loser of the previous map. But the first one going to the leader, the first seed Killer Ducks with Li Zhang as their map pick. Pretty standard map pick. I mean, you see this all the time. It's one of the better maps, everybody would say. So I think it's going to be pretty fun to watch.
Oh yeah, and since we're heading into Li Zhang, we probably will see way more of the brawl than the dive, just because, I mean, you have Control Center, which is like the brawl map, at least when it comes to control. You have Night Market, which is also very brawl heavy because a lot of teams just opt to sim TP to point. And then, I mean, once you hold that point, you might as well just brawl it out. And then we have Gardens, which you see a little bit of brawl, but that's where you tend to see more of like that dive kind of rush hybrid. A lot of those 5-man comps.
Yeah, every single map on Li Zhang is different. Like, every single map plays so differently. Like you said, we have the really brawl style of mecha base. Sorry, not mecha base control in the center. It's just such a brawly map. And then Gardens is completely different. I mean, you have to be able to maneuver, you have to push left, right, side to side. And every single map offers so many different compositions and possibilities for both these teams. And it's really going to be up to see which team can adapt and play their comp the best.
Yeah, especially, it looks like we are headed over to Gardens for the very first map to kick this off, as we are waiting for the map to start, so teams are rolling out on whatever they want.
Initiating match.
So since we're in Gardens, we might even be lucky enough to... I don't think we're going to get a Torb 1v1 in this, but I mean, these are Overwatch players, so who knows?
Who really knows when you
I mean, Flex
players?
DPS will probably indulge... They might have indulged in a little bit of the alcohol. Who knows? We'll see. I mean, they're Flex DPS players.
They are out of state college. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah. And then, but since we're in Gardens, we might be lucky enough to see some far, or even Echo, just due to the massive amount of verticality, or at least
hell of
verticality on this map. If you have
flight, play in the air as long as they want, because they can dance up on that big center pillar, they can dance on the roofs, and they get their jump back, and they can stay up in the air pretty much infinitely. Far is a really great pick in this map, and so is Echo, like you mentioned. So good to see either of these players want to try and pull that out. Sorry, but we have a quick little pause, but we should be getting back into it any second now.
Yeah, looks like we're just trying to sort out if Venture is enabled. It looks like they are, in fact, enabled, so we will be headed back into Li Zhang as we need to restart the custom game in order to get them enabled. You see, not to leak any information about certain production members, but all I'm saying is that this one does happen to think Antarctic Peninsula is a good map. So
I have heard that they are of that opinion. I mean, everybody can be wrong sometimes. It's okay. I mean, I'm not perfect, but
yeah. So it looks like we are headed over to Night Market now.
Switch it up. Night Market is gonna be the map.
Yeah, which is. Honestly, this might be my favorite between all three, just because of you see way more variances in the comps played. You can choose to kind of dive it out and take fights in the open area in front of point, or you can choose to be brawl heavy and fight in like that on point. So it'll be interesting to see what both teams opt to play.
Yeah, I mean, this is a classic sim TP map, and we're going to see the TP from Salad coming out in the sim. I mean, it's tried and true. You just speed on, you get the point, and then you get all the turrets on the point, and it's so hard to push that point. I mean, once all those turrets are up, I mean, good luck. Really good luck. So we're going to see if either of these teams try and opt to do that, and it looks like it is going to be Salad from the side of Iowa State is going to be the one to do it. Killer Ducks might be rolling in on the Mauga here. Mauga versus Orisa is the lineup that we're going to see. This is a pretty intense battle. Both these tanks are very sturdy and love to get into the face of the other one, so it's going to be up to both these supports really to keep them alive.
Yeah, interesting to see if it looks like Salad here is just opting to do the sim TP out of spawn, is now swapped over to the Tracer.
Yep, Tracer's going to be the pick here. We're going to see a little bit of both DPS. We do have the Venture from Magoo for Killer Ducks, so we're going to be able to see a little bit of this coming out. And the good points going to be going on the side of Iowa State first. You have the nice pick on the blue. He dives so fast, we're not even a chance to use his abilities. And it's going to be archive falling as well. A quick reset from the Killer Ducks as Iowa State takes the first point pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a bit of the downside of running the Malga, is it is really easy to just get blown up by the Orisa Sojourn. As Zinth was just outputting so much damage and just hit the rail, and then Cliff was just kind of standing there, absorbing all the damage and then denying Voodoo his self-sustain.
Killer Ducks and we back it onto the point again. With the control of this point, it's just so hard to flip. We're going to see a couple people from the Killer Ducks on the outside with this edge. So we try to pick the not to do it, digging into the ground to save himself, but Iowa State is all over him now. He does get the one pick, making it, but the decent trade does come out from Salad. The point is expected to be flipping over to Killer Ducks, and it does. Iowa State go for a complete wrapper on the outside of point, and it doesn't seem to be working out for them. Their tank is super low, and so is Salad, so they're going to keep this thing for as long as they can. OPTTF is going to be out of the fight, so Rivers is going to be taking out the Killer Ducks. Loopy is going to be able to fall, though, right here with a... Oh, my goodness, the Venture! Boom, off the map on the Cliffy pick. The Rissa is gone, and now the advantage for Killer Ducks is all them. We're going to have a quick reset from Iowa State here. Great job, Killer Ducks, able to flip that point.
I mean, yeah, they lost Voodoo really early, but just that Magu charge just created enough space for Magu to put in some more kill Yup Yup and just deny Iowa State the ability to reposition quickly because they didn't have speed boost.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a couple ults here coming out now. Magoo with that Ventral is going to take out Yup Yup. Now to be close to the beat, they're going to use it. It's going to be a second one for Magoo. I need to get a quick reset here for Iowa State, but they're going to try and fight this one out. The Risk is not the back up. He wants to hold his ground. The Trace is going to try and come back.
Yeah, there, Iowa State popped the Kitsune Rush, and then Magoo kind of capitalized on all of them being stacked up, lined up, and popped that Ventral and just got 2 quick picks, and Yup Yup still was nowhere near that sound barrier.
Not at all. Stint is going to be coming out with that overclock. He's going to take off with 2 picks for them. Iowa State's going to commit as well as the Grizzle is going to be coming out. And looks like the shooter will take over this point pretty cleanly. 1 ult for Zint, and they did get the Katsuni Rush out of pain for the side of Killer Ducks, so I think that's a worthy trade.
What's big there is now Yup Yup also managing another 20% closer to that sound barrier, which means if he just does some pre-fight poking and healing, he'll be able to match the beat that Loopy should throw out this fight, and that should give him this...
Ooh, Seneca falls early. Seneca falls early, now Killer Ducks going to try to capitalize on this. Ripper all by herself, she's falling super low. Oh, the high nuke coming out directly just to kill her, and that's going to work out. Now pushing on the point of Killer Ducks, going to get full control, and it's going to be one more fight, and they do have 76% as they need to flip this point.
Yeah, and all Iowa State has to push this is the pulse bomb and the sound barrier, which Loopy can mirror, and now Voodoo's coming up on a cage fight. If he can get that online, he can just...
That'll be so big.
Yeah.
They do have to beat the counter, but again, Loopy has one. The first one to push out of the point. Both of these targeting getting changed, but Cliffy Stick gets the jab on off the map on the archive, giving advantage to Iowa State. They do want to back up here, get a little bit more space. But again, we do have that cage fight. That is a big ult that doesn't have to use here. It's going to be getting used, but immediately taken out by Salad with a double pulse bomb. Iowa State might be able to turn this fight around, and they're going to be able to do it. Loopy falling in the end. Magoo is not going to be able to finish him off here. Salad with 4, double pulse bomb, then a cleanup. I mean, Iowa State are still in this match.
I mean, what's big there is Cliffy Thick stunned Voodoo out of his cage fight.
He stunned him out of it?
He stunned him out of it.
Oh my god.
And then
oh my god.
Knock back Voodoo, who's stuck with a pulse bomb, into the other person that died to it. And I mean, you saw what happened. It's just they went poof.
They went poof. There they go. Cliffy, Thick, and Salad working together on that point to secure this point for Iowa State. And a fight that was not looking too good for them. Seneca's going to try to play aggressive with this Katsuni Rush. Payne is coming up close to his, but he's going to be falling low. They're not going to do it again in time. Payne doesn't have the Katsuni Rush to counter whenever they want it. They just have to stay alive. Magoo is going to get a pick, and a couple more do come through. Killer Ducks are going to have the initiative here. Pushing back onto the point, the fight is going to have to happen here. Voodoo all the way alone, getting the pick out of the mouth, but the point on the fight is what is going to matter. Both teams are falling low. Voodoo finally does come back. Cliffy Thick does get the trade. Looks like it's just going to be the Rissa going to be the one that has to get this thing, but the boop is not going to come out in time. Pushing on, the whole entire thing is going to be going crazy back and forth. Payne with the Katsuni Rush on the point as Voodoo does take out the tank. Advantage to the side of Killer Ducks. Katsuni Rush, they just have to clear off their little people. Vince does have his overclock. This is going to be their last stretch. This is the only ult they're going to have for the rest of the round. If they don't make something happen here, Vinces get 1, but again, 2 more people are going to fall to the side of Killer Ducks. And it looks like Killer Ducks didn't even take this first point.
They did. They just, I mean, they killed Seneca early, and then Iowa State just didn't have the sustain to keep their own players alive, and they got picked off one by one, and Zimp never had an opportunity to use the overclock in a complete fight. Like that early Katsune Rush, yeah, they used it, but they just didn't get the value needed out of that due to Killer Ducks still having all their cooldowns remaining. Like, you saw they pushed Voodoo. Voodoo popped Cardiac Overdrive, got to like half health, and got Suzu'd by Payne. And in the meantime, Magoo was wrapping around a point and then killed Yup Yup. And like, Lucio doesn't offer a lot of healing, but in the Lucio Kiri comp, you need your Lucio alive just to allow you to reposition quickly and to supplement Kiri's lack of AoE healing.
Of course. It's like Cliffy does want to stick onto the Orisa. He did swap it with the Malga for a second, but he goes right back to the Orisa. This is what he tried and... Oh. I think it was a little bit of a rollout attempt there from Yup Yup. I respect the effort, but unfortunately not going to work out. And now it's going to be Killer Ducks with control of this point and the man advantage. Taking him out slowly. Yup Yup should be coming back pretty soon. They just might have to play it a little bit slower. There he comes. There he goes. He's back.
I mean, happens to the best of us.
True.
Like, even then, I would say probably would have to see some point pressure control just because, I mean, you're playing into a Malga.
Yeah, the Malga could be using adrenaline here. Yup Yup does come back and gets the Lucio poop out of the map. Didn't matter. He took him himself, but Yup Yup got the other Lucio. Now it's going to be Iowa State with control at this point. The DPS do fall low, but they're going to be able to creep up. Yup Yup is alive. Pushing forward now, taking out Arkai, and it's going to be Iowa State taking it first one.
Yeah, it's just weird. Here we're seeing Salad swap over the Venture just to help mirror the sheer amount of pressure that Magoo is putting out with their, well, I mean, with the cooldown usage. A Venture, just all the uptime, just quick burst damage that Tracer doesn't really offer, especially into Malgas. Like, I mean, who can you even put pressure onto? As we are going to see Archive swap over to the Sojourn.
Yeah, he wants to mirror the Sojourn. Seneca way off point. I mean, he was on point. He shot that through point all the way in the white. Got the headshot on the lead. Now he's going to back up without speed. Yup Yup does have speed. He's going to be pushing his team forward here. They trying to push this any farther? No, I think he's going to hold. Yup Yup, or sorry, Luffy does come back here. This is taking falling, keep him low, but the Katsuni Rush is going to be coming out. He's not going to keep him alive. South falls to Arkai, making the advantage for Killer Duck. But again, with the Katsuni Rush, they're just going to wait for this to come out. And now Pain has his own Katsuni Rush. They're going to try and get aggressive here. They're really going to need to make something happen here. Katsuni is going to be able to come out now as Voodoo does slam on the point. Cliffy Thick is the target of all this aggression. He's falling super low. This is like he wants to try and counteract this here with his bolt and a couple ults again. I would say are going to come out and raise for both sides here. This is just a brawl. The Katsuni Rush does end, and both these teams have to pick. It's a 3-on-3. We're going to see if that Killer Ducks decide they want to push this or just wait. Only 3 players for Iowa State onto the point. It looks like we're just going to wait a little bit and wait for the
I mean, might as well wait because looks like they're taking the fight.
No, he's going to be trying to go aggressive here. Both DPS are going to be coming out from both sides. Arkai getting the better of that. This is going to be falling super low. He's going to be the second one to fall. 2 kills now for Arkai, taking advantage of this player's pick with advantage they have. Looks like we're going to have a late beat though from Yup Yup, and Luffy is going to match it right away. Luffy Thick is going to fall through that beat, and this is going to be the last fight. No, the point should be able to trade over, and Killer Duck should get a little bit of percentage here.
Yeah, it looks like that might just been a beat just to try and hopefully tick Iowa State up to 99%. Just to make sure Killer Ducks has to play on that point constantly and can't push up to take much space. As here we are looking to be a very dry fight on the side of Iowa State, while all Killer Ducks has here is a cage fight, or coming up on a cage fight, and a, I mean, tectonic shock, whatever it's called.
Tectonic shock. Tectonic shock for Salad is not going to be just this fight. He's going to really get outside. The Rissa is going to be in the back line trying to use as much as he can. She still does have a lot of health as well as that gold keeping her alive. Killer Ducks is going to try to use that here. He can run all the way back to point. Solutions going to get out as well. It's going to be a quick little reset. Iowa State is going to lead over 5 players back here. But they want to before Pain last fight to try and do as much damage he does get controlled out now. A lot of people would be trapped in that, but it's going to be the Rissa sitting in the middle. I mean, you don't want to be in that cage no more once that Rissa pops that ult. Getting a couple takes in is going to be helping out. Flip is going to fall super duper low. He's going to be able to get taken out. This might even give Killer Ducks a little bit of opportunity to get back here. They do have a Katsuni Rush. Bruce comes out from Bruce to get a kill. And as well, Arkai wants to pop this ult, and he's going to take out Zen. 60% in building for now for the side of Killer Ducks as they do roll out on Doom to come back. And we're going to only have one more fight. Not many ults for either sides, though. Zen's going to be the only one with one on.
Yeah, I mean, Salad is coming up on his own tectonic shock. I mean, that's what I'm calling it now.
That's what it
Don't
is,
know if
yeah.
it's right. It's what it is.
No, let's go with that.
I might just be the Overwatch knowledge goat. Yeah. But as now looking at look.
He does. Great beat coming up for him. Yup, not going to return fire, only at 80%. OWSeasons going to be falling super low. It's going to be Seneca taking out first. Trade's going to be coming out with that tectonic shock in the way of the picks. Already going for Iowa State, but I can say that it's going to be a 3v3 now. 2v2. It's just going to be a Lucio and a DPS for both these teams for the final fight. Lupi gets the pick, and it's going to be up to this next Lucio. The Lucio just has to stay alive as long as he can to hope his team gets back. He does have beat, and he's going to drop it from the roof. Comes down. He is going to save his kitty go for just a little bit long, keeping this fight going. But we do have 2 players on the side of Killer Ducks. All they're going to have to do is take out these couple of supports, and they would have won the round. The kitty go TP's out, and the Lucio is going to be getting fallen down. The Doom is going to be the one that's going to have to touch. They're going to try and give it up because they do have a little bit more time to give. Flip go forward, 2 blue below, and Archive going to take him out. This will be the last fight. If Killer Ducks win this, it's going to be the map. The Venture's going to be on point, trying to do as much as he can. As long as he can try and go for the boom, taking him out. But it is going to be the Killer Ducks taking our first map. I mean, really tough second match. That right there, it was a pretty close one, 99 to 99, but Killer Ducks made it look kind of easy.
I mean, really, both of those rounds were really close, but their Killer Ducks just pulled the trigger faster on their ultimates, and I mean, with how Overwatch is played nowadays, that's what matters most, is whoever is more proactive with the ults, they take more aggressive fights. As here we are going to see the play where Silence stuck Voodoo, and then everybody just gets booped back, and where Cliff stunned Voodoo out of the cage fight.
Yeah, great job from them, and they were able to get a good pick there, but unfortunately it's going to be Killer Ducks is going to be the one to take that first map. I mean, this is a 7-map banger. Shaping up to be a 7-map banger again, so we still have at least 3 more maps after this, and it is going to be Iowa State's map pick. So after the break, we're going to figure out what they're going to choose, and we're going to see another incredible map. So please stay tuned. We'll see you guys soon after the short break.
Player.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Season Spring Division Grand Finals against Killer Ducks at Iowa State. The first map went to Killer Ducks on that Lijiang Tower. Now it's Iowa State's JV's map pick, and they're going to decide to pick Rialto. This is their first map pick of the game, as they did the first one was going to be going to Killer Ducks. But Iowa State want to try and bring this one back. This is their map pick, so they really have to do something. Clearly, they've got something cooking up. It wasn't too bad of a first map from them. They did get to 99-99 both of the first 2 points, but unfortunately was just not able to finish out. So Iowa State's really going to have to push themselves over that limit if they want to try and win this next map.
Yeah, since we are heading over to Rialto, look to see maybe some potential Widow gameplay, as there are a lot of long sightlines on this map, especially on second and third point. Sorry, allergies. You know how it is in the Midwest once the trees start going. Yeah. So we're gonna go and so hopefully we see some of that action. Maybe get some variety, so it's not just Orisa and Mauga running at each other until the Sojourn gets a pick somewhere.
Yeah, both teams are going to be ready here, so we should be loading this point pretty quickly now. Rialto is going to be our next map pick in this best of 7. I got to keep saying that because these best of 7s can go crazy.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we might even see some potential Sigma gameplay. Because he can shut down Widows the easiest on super long sidelines, because he can't really jump them. So we are seeing some potential Mercy gameplay. Nope. I was hoping for some variety, but we know what we're locked in for right now.
I think we got a pretty good guess on these comps. These guys have been playing pretty much the same thing all season. This entire bracket has been a lot of Mauga, a lot of Orisa. So it is what it is, but if it's the meta, you got to play it. And especially in the grand finals, it's not the time to try out something new. It's not the time to get a little funky. I mean, if this is what you've been scrimming, this is what you've been playing against and with, then you got to stick with it.
Oh yeah. Oh, personally, I agree. I say oh my god, I really wish I'd play something else. But if I was subbed in for one of the tanks right now, I would be locking the horse.
Yeah. I mean, you can dream, but
I can, as a wise man once said, I have a dream.
You did say that. That's true. But unfortunately, it's going to be the Orisa mirror here. Cliffy Thick looks like it's a roll on that. We're going to see Voodoo here rolling at the Orisa. He was on the Mauga the entire last map, but the Orisa is going to be the switch up from here. The Lucio Kiriko is going to be the same, but Mogu decides to get off that venture. He wants to go to the Tracy here. But other than that, it's going to be pretty similar for both these teams. But the back line I'm looking at from Iowa State, the Brig Bap is going to be a lot different than this Lucio Kiriko.
Yeah, Iowa State's offer is opting to get rid of some mobility and ability to rotate in favor of just pure sustain. We're also going to see Salad play the Echo.
Yeah, the Salad Echo's coming out. We talked about in the last map that it might be a good pick. Not going to see it there, but Salad decided he wants to come out. We were talking about how he's a really good flex player. He plays so many for people so well. So this Echo's really not out of character. Control the high ground's going to go to him.
He sounds more of a projectile, pure projectile player. So yeah, he can play the Tracer, but he's much more comfortable on characters where he can just throw projectiles.
Yeah, Magoo wants to try to get some flanks with the Tracer, but this is not going to work out. Unfortunately, at the recall. And Salad does control the high ground. How can he continue to move? The Whistle Bar is going to be coming out on this side, and it's going to be Cliffy Thick is going to have to back up and reset. They do have a lot of sustain though. Seneca and Yup by just so much damage. Seneca's going to have to fall down, leaving it all up to Yup to try to keep the team alive. We're going to see the Orisa try and back up here. Tracer tries to get some more hits. But they're going to try and chase it down here. I mean, they know they've got him in the corner. Without that Lucio's team, they can't really disengage. They just got to try and stay alive. But without a fast team to support them, they're just going to fall very shortly after.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that kind of just happens where you lose the BAP, you just die. It looks like there that Yup and Seneca did get a little split, and you can't get split against a Tracer. If you're running Brig, you have to stay. You have to be attached to your flex support.
Oh no! Oh geez, Voodoo with a nice spear off the map onto the ring, but they're going to decide that they're going to fight this a little bit. The Brig all alone now on this left side, trying to win the space on the Voodoo. After the recall is going to be forced out as the card is going to be staying relatively still with this just chilling. Captain Kane is really the first ult to come out in this game. Seneca doesn't get winner beyond the entirely with the original back up with a triple pick on super low in the entire team of Iowa State as well. Seneca just popped that winner right before he falls, giving a little bit more opportunity for his team to do some damage. And Magoo gets the stick with the pulse bomb, and it's just not going to work out for them. Both the supports on the side of Iowa State do fall, and it should be slowly after. Cliffy Thick and Salad will have to fall. They're going to try back up though if they can.
Honestly, that corner's just brutal to push around.
True.
Especially against like an Orisa or Sigma, because they can just sit in safety, or relative safety, just chucking damage around that, and if they're on Orisa just, I mean, stonewalling you completely. We need, Salad here needs to go aggressive here to get a pick on somebody.
Yeah, a lot of ults for both these teams. Ult advantage is on the side of Iowa State. Lucio looking from Salad coming out first, trying to build that beat. He falls low, but he's going to be taken out right away. Lupi with the beat is going to be the one to go in, and he actually can get a beat. It's going to be quick to take falling people low. He decides to use ult to stay alive. The lane is going to be the key to my life a little longer. You're with that rally is going to block a lot of that damage from the shots, but it's going to be Archive taking out quick and thick through all of that. The entire team of Killer Ducks is falling low though, so they do show up a really good advantage to try to win this. But Archive gets that pick of the DCF, and without a lot of damage, you can't really do a lot of damage. The cart is going to continue to move here, but now Killer Ducks are going to decide that they want to push back all the way aggressively here without Lucio, so they can just push so hard, so fast. And they're going to throw him back now. It's only 50 seconds on the clock. Only 180 since 5 letters.
Yeah, I mean, there, I'm just going to assume Salad was looking to copy Voodoo on the Orisa, as Cliff Beefit kind of just did Turbulent, probably expecting to get backup from another Orisa instead of... So it looks like Salad barely missed dupe, hit the Lucio instead, and then they just decided to leave Arkai on the off angle, and he just spammed in damage and just got a rail, and just got, if I remember correctly, like 2 or 3 railgun kills that fight.
Yeah, we do have the pulse bomb's going to come out. It's going to be taken out by the Tyler field, and we're going to see the blue fall as well. Lucy as well is going to fall. Now the card should get a little more progress. We're only going to have 1-0 for both these sides. The Katsune versus the Window, but the Window has a lot of advantage here on this bridge. It's going to be able to hold them off very aggressively here, and it's going to be up to them to get as much damage as they can. The Window's going to be the first one out as it does 5 minutes of time, but again, they're going to sit around this corner and wait. They don't have to do much, but Vince on the offense gets the shot of the Archive. The Windows exposure gap that works out for them. The Katsune versus is going to be coming out now. Ludo's going to get a nice spear on the Yup, taking him out. A very highly charged Zarya here, Lucy taking out quickly, and she does, falling there. Lucy with another kill. It's going to be Killer Ducks with a full hold onto the first point. I mean, we knew they came into the advantage, but...
Yeah, it looks like there, just the Echo wasn't getting enough done, and just they just weren't doing enough to corral Magoose, who was just getting so much value on the Tracer. Just the swaps came too late. Like, yeah, Zarya does have a slight advantage into Orisa, but there's only so much you can do when the Orisa's standing in a Katsune rush, and Jirabap is being harassed by a Tracer Kiri Lucio dive. And since Orisa has a Katsune rush with a shortened cooldowns, she can just cycle that Fortify so often.
She just doesn't die.
And without putting so much damage.
Yeah. I mean, like, is already hard enough to kill, but with the Katsune Rush, I mean, she can gold, every 7 seconds with the increased cooldown, and she has Spear and a spinning blade all the time. She's just so hard to kill.
Yeah, like, I mean, not to get too judgmental about the state of the balance, but you gotta wonder, why does Orisa keep getting buffs?
Orisa? I don't know, man.
I
could not tell you.
Like, I mean, I don't know what. Like, I mean, maybe, Cloudy insulted one of the devs' moms or something, so they just decided to, just ruin Reinhardt. It looks like we are going to see Salad play his signature pick of the Torbjorn.
We were talking about this, the Salad Torbjorn.
And
you got the
Cliff
profile pick for a reason.
Yep, opting to play the Sigma, so just trying to outrange Orisa and just absorb the damage instead of just trying to damage through it.
Yeah, they're going to need a miracle here. They got full health, so they're going to have to do a fuller hold if they want to win this one. And the Sigma from Cliffy 6, they think they're just going to win this. The entire team is going to be on high ground despite the towards the end here, but they're going to try to just do as much damage as they can because they can't really defend the whole distance until they put it around there. So they're just going to try and do some poke damage, get some stuff down, put it, the ultimate charge,
Yeah, looks like, they are just going to let the cart put the second corner where now Cliff can just kind of sit around the corner and lob the Hyper Spheres, just bouncing them off walls, just taking as little damage as possible.
With the high end control, it's going to be going to the side of Iowa State here. But it's going to be 50 pick. They're going to fall immediately right after that. They're going to trade out here, but again, both these picks are going to go for the side of Killer Ducks. And the cart's just going to keep on chugging along. I mean, they do have this nice little high ground position again, and they're trying to hold the spawn for as long as they can, but there's not enough range to finish here. They take so much healing. But as I say with the headshot, though, he is immunity one, and then Maggot can't get any healing through that headshot. If the headshot has come out on him, Maggot take him out here, and now it's just going to be the push. The first hold, they needed that. They need to hold that at least once if they want to try and win this. Great shot by them. They're just going to have to do that for another 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see Cliff swap over to Doomfist. This is actually, fun fact, this is one of his signature heroes. Is he kind of is a ranked grinder on the Doomfist, and has even gotten into GM a couple times playing him. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like they're just going for a complete compositional swap up, because now they're just playing dive with the Doom Tracer.
I mean, they have to get back quick if they want to be able to hold that point. I got Hybrid is going to come out, and there's going to be a couple of picks to the side of Iowa State, though. Because Cinerush not able to keep it alive. Loopy falls just nearly up to that shoot, but it's going to be the Iowa State. It's going to be another fight for 2 minutes now and ticking down.
Yeah.
They have full ults, too.
Yeah, they successfully split off Seneca, but then just Salad and Yup came just in time to help Seneca just kill the Loopy and Magoo who are diving him. The Katsune Rush doesn't matter if the people you want it to be hit by are in the back line.
Now, when you see the first pick for Iowa State, the front wins, but an Archive comes back on that Sojourn and is going to get 3 picks now. The only one allowed is going to be up with that rally. He tries to stay alive for as long as he can, but he is going to fall. Now the card's going to be pushing up. There's going to be one more fight. They're going to have to touch. It looks like Salad's going to be the one at the bat. Probably won't be able to make it. He has to stay alive for as long as he can. Well, it's only 3 meters. Salad's going to get on the point. The lamp's going to be able to keep him alive for a little bit longer, and Wiz is going to have that overclock. Come down and out now. They have to put that Orisa ult just on the point. You have to be able to touch the point. You can't stay on the point. Yeah. You can't stay on the point. It's going to be quick to fix falling. He's going to get the corner pick. I mean, he's doing as much as he can. Already 2 picks with that overclock. And he's keeping his team alive. He's doing the bat 2 millers as he can, but but not able to touch in time. I mean, they have an Orisa on point.
I was going to say, it looked like it was just too much to be overcome. Where it's like, we are seeing like, why Orisa's comps are played so often is it's just so hard to dislodge her. Like, you saw it took Seneca working miracles and killing 2 people diving him in order for them to take a fight there. As Killer Dutch just seems so much more coordinated. Like, yeah, like, Iowa State did a really good job of holding high ground, but at the end of the day, you got to contest cart, and by the time they did, it was just too late, and then Cliff got split, he just kept getting picked, Seneca kept getting split off. Like, Iowa State's just not falling apart right now.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot blame the individual players. I mean, the DPS inside Iowa State have been going crazy. I mean, they've been doing everything the Killer Ducks DPS have been doing, but I think you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, that's the thing. Hit the nail on the head. I mean, the coordination from the Killer Ducks has just been great. I mean, they're looking at the same people. They're moving together. The speed boost from Loopy, they decided to stick on the Lucio for that map, despite the Brig on the other side, and it worked out really well for them. Their rotations are all together, and they're playing as a unit, and that's what you got to do with this kind of comp, and they're doing it to perfection.
Yeah, like it's like, I mean, sometimes it's honestly just not that deep. You just play in a stack of 5. You pick somebody and you run and you just run them down. Yeah,
no,
maybe you just leave your Sojourn on an off angles like hit scam players. I mean, let's be real. Their only job is to sit there, look pretty, and click heads. I mean, like their job's not that deep.
Click.
Yep, you put them on an off angle, tell them to chuck damage down. Tell them if you get dove, you're not getting much help. Just get a pick before you go out. I coach some teams on this side. That's kind of what I tell them. I'm like, listen, I'm be honest, we are setting you up to die right now. Your job is to just kill somebody before you go out.
True,
but then Iowa State's just...
You get your one, it's not your fault.
Yeah, Iowa State's just not punishing Arkai on these insane off angles sometimes, and you can't leave a Sojourn alone just pumping in damage. Like,
nope,
listen, I'm a tank player, my aim is horrible, but you still got to respect me on the off angle on the Soj, because all it takes is me getting lucky. Yeah,
1 click and then the fight's completely changed.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great performance of Killer Ducks. Really a standout there. They get the full hold and they're able to cap the point pretty quickly. I mean, Killer Ducks up 2-0 now. But again, this is a best of 7. So they're not even at match point yet. Iowa State does have the ability to come back here. 4 maps is needed to win. So Killer Ducks are going to have to do something about it. Once we come back, it's going to be Iowa State's map pick. And they're going to be picking New Junk City. So please stick around and we're going to see an incredible map here and see if Iowa State can really put the nail on the hammer and bring back this point. See you guys soon. Nice.
Oh.
Season 6. Brandon.
All right, hold on. We're back in. We are live. Welcome back to map 3 of Overwatch Seasons Spring Division Grand Finals. Right now, Killer Ducks is up 2-0. Right now, they're just playing so much more coordinated than Iowa State is. But Iowa State does, in fact, get another map pick. And, I mean, this is their second to last map pick of the evening. So, like, they gotta start winning maps soon, as we are headed over to New Junk City for Flashpoint. Looks like they did opt to take this one over Saravasa, probably just because Saravasa is so rotation-oriented. Mm-hmm. Which, with how coordinated Killer Ducks is, I mean, I wouldn't want to play them on Saravasa either. I would pick New Junk City every time.
I don't want to play Killer Ducks on any map. I mean, the way they're looking, they've been just doing so good. Yeah. I mean, these are first seed for a reason.
I mean, ideally, the map I'm playing them on is the practice range.
True. I'll take him in the TXCXX. I'll take him on.
Yeah, actually, I think I can take everybody, but maybe Voodoo and the Rhine 1v1.
The Rhine 1v1.
The Rhine 1v1. Maybe a Winston juggling competition. Like one of those two.
Yep, probably. But it's gonna be the map pick for Iowa State. Like you said, they only have 2 more, because if they don't win this map, then it's going to be 3-0, and then it's going to actually be match point. So they're going to have to make something happen here, unless they want to reverse sweep. But trying to reverse sweep against Killer Ducks is just not what you want to do.
I mean, trying to reverse sweep in a best of 7 is already ridiculously hard. Because normally the team that gets up 3-0 tends to be the better team. Oh my god, Salad's on the May character.
The May hero, you mentioned this before. I mean, he's a flex DPS. He plays so many different heroes, and May is, I mean, one of the greatest flex DPS you can go. I mean, it's just so good at so many things. I mean, these walls are incredible, especially playing with the speed of Yup. They can push so aggressively.
Yeah, like if the other team is just playing super coordinated together, you kind of just say, you know what? Screw your togetherness and coordination. I will split you apart.
Yeah, you just put up the wall, and then it's just so good for them. We're going to see the TP out from Zint as he's going to switch over to the Sojourn here. He's been doing so good on that. I mean, him and the Archive, they're going back and forth on the Sojourn, pick after pick. These guys are what to do. But the big DPS swap you see is going to be Salad. It's going to be up to him to get some big walls here if they want to try and win this fight. This is going to be the opportunity. Zint does fall low, but so does Archive. They're going to be healed back up pretty quickly here. The checkpoint unlocking in 5 seconds here. This is going to be a little bit of a ring around the road. You're trying to see who's going to get the first pick. And either team wants to try and push. This is going to be the wall from Salad does come out, but nobody's going to get walled on fire. A little bit of aggressive push here for Iowa State as Voodoo is going to fall low. No more spin on that cooldown. He's going to fall really quickly after that. Cliffy Thick going to be better than the Rifted Duel. And now it's a 10 players falling low. It's going to be Iowa State taking this point advantage here, flipping over. Nicely for them, trying to pick up a couple more people. Cliffy Thick into the pick, and it is going to be Iowa State taking the point first.
Yeah, it's just the advantage the May gives you is just so much more frontline pressure. She doesn't need to worry about getting picked. Really, I mean, she has 2 lives with the ice block, and then if she misses the wall, I mean, it's oh well, you just drop it. You get another one in, 10, 11 seconds. And if you do hit it, you just flip the Ares off, and you just immediately force that Fortify cooldown, as Javelin Spin will not block the May's primary fire.
What I'm looking at now is Seneca's building up to the ult really quickly now. Kane is just a little bit behind, so if Seneca wants to cut aggressive, but it could allow them to do a lot. Kane is going to fall right as I say that, and now Seneca's going to be on like a silly rush, but I don't think they're going to need it. I mean, Cliffy Thick gets 2, and Iowa State bringing it back. They're making their name known. This May has been working out really well for them, almost to that Blizzard as well. Iowa State taking up now one more fight for Killer Ducks to try and take this first point. Yeah,
right now Iowa State's just so far ahead in the ult matchup. Like, right now, Cliff has, Terra Surge, Voodoo's at 70%. Yup almost as a sound barrier, and Rupee's only at 55. So you might even see a hyper-aggressive beat engage coming out from Iowa State soon.
I mean, if they're tracking ult, then yeah, Yuppie should know to be way ahead. The Katsuni Rush is going to be coming out from Seneca now. Pain decided to hold on this one for a little bit longer. Rupee does fall low, but there's going to be this Archive going to be coming out with that overclock. The beat's going to be coming out from both these sides now, coming up close here as the Katsuni Rush from Pain is going to be the later of the 2, allowing them to play on point a little bit longer. Voodoo and Cliffy Thick both using their Terra Surges on point. Well, the first one to fall is going to be Loopy. 96 to beat, just not going to be able to get that in time. Zim gets another one here, but trades for both sides and be coming out. It's going to be a brawl onto the point. Iowa State does have control here as the Pulse one's going to come on the cliff. We think with that goal keeps him alive just a little bit longer. The Kiriko is going to cleanse him as well, and it's going to be up to Zim here to try and get these last couple picks to try to clear him off, and he is. Magoo's the last one to fall, and Iowa State taking the first point.
Yeah. You know, remember when Blizzard said they're going to nerf healing and sustain? Well, what I just watched Seneca do to Cliff made me think that might have been a little bit of a falsehood. As they just, they just couldn't take him down, and Seneca used that healing. He's already 60% towards another Kitsune Rush.
Damn. That's big.
Yeah, but, yeah, I mean, Iowa State did dump 5 ultimates into that fight, so very lucky they won
they
that.
did.
I mean, you dump 5 ults, you should win a fight.
You gotta win that fight. You have to win that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but now the only on the board is going to be this beat for Loopy, and he should know that. I mean, they know that they popped 5 ults and left by Iowa State did, so it's going to be Loopy the only one with that beat. The beat's going to be coming out. Pain is not getting hit by, though. He's going to be focused down, falling low, but the TP is going to come out and keep my life a little longer. No picks now for Loopy, though, but Voodoo is going to be falling super low. He has to reset on the point and hope that Pain can just heal him up enough, but Cliffy Thick is on the hunt. Staying on the high ground now is going to be this Maze Sojourn. He's going to... I mean, great shot from Salad and the melee coming out, but it's a trade for both sides. Voodoo does get 2. That's going to be the backline of Iowa State. Is going to fall down here, and it should be the rest of them falling shortly after that. Zins is going to pick them to try and even it out, and Pain is going to be coming back now. Cliffy Thug falling super duper low, and could be the last one alive, getting hunted down by this Orisa. And it is going to be Killer Ducks taking the first fight, but as I say that, the point flip's going to be coming over. A little bit of a tricky play from Iowa State. Does get a 8%.
I mean, there you saw the power of sound barrier just allowed Killer Ducks 2 bait out cooldowns, as I mean, everyone just got what, extra 700 health for a couple seconds. It means Ursa doesn't really need to use her own Fortify. You can get Cliff B6 cooldowns out, get Suzu out, and then you just run over everybody once beat wears off, and the other team doesn't have any cooldowns.
Nope, we're going to see the double Katsuri actually coming across this bridge, but the bridge is actually getting controlled by the side of Killer Ducks. But as I say that, Iowa State decides to go really aggressive here. Better into this beat, but Loopy not to be close. Loopy does get taken out here. And this is going to be Iowa State with the advantage here. Magoo does fall super low, but he is able to go underneath. And the point fight is going to be happening here. We're going to see the overcard coming out from Arkai now, trying to get a couple of picks. But again, Yup's going to fall, and so is Zin. That's going to be the advantage for Killer Ducks. Is going to be coming up and the point at 99%. They're not going to end the fight. Second point going the way of Killer Ducks, 1-1.
Pain's Kitsune Rush was just in such a more impactful area as it was where the fight was, while Seneca's was kind of just allowed Iowa State to get close to
it was a bad angle.
To engage, yeah. And then Voodoo with just the second Terror Surge, just doing enough damage to seem to clean up as Magoo's swapped over the Venture and just got quickly chunked down Yup to get the kill, but... And I mean, now Yup has a sound barrier, Loopy doesn't.
Yeah, again,
I mean, Loopy's used it more recently. As Zind also has the overclock inside, swapping back over to the Tracer.
Yeah, we're going to have a big ult advantage here for Iowa State. They want to try and take this point. They need to use it. He's got this point taken up. Voodoo is going to be falling super duper low here, but King is going to be filling up in time. Iowa State now trying to get aggressive on the potential, but again, she can just dig down and not take any damage. We're going to see the Soji try and run away. She is low, but the beat does come out from Yup to save him. Seneca now does get a quick pick, and Zin's going to try to decide this overclock. He wants to try and take out this fight and end it quickly. It is going to be Voodoo that's going to be the focus down. It is going to be the one on point, but as it picks up here, Voodoo now does have to take that cleanse to try and stay alive for just a little bit longer, but the speed going to be coming out to try and hunt him down. And I don't even know if they're going to stop. They might just want to keep pushing it. Lucy wants to keep going, but Arkai does get a pick on his Zen. He does get traded out immediately, though. But again, I mean, Iowa State had that first pick. They needed to win that fight. They had the advantage. They had the ults to use, and they did it, and they won that fight. They needed that. 25% encountering that.
Yeah, downside is now Iowa State, yeah, they have 3 ults this fight, but one of them is Pulse Bomb. While on the other side, Killer Ducks has Tectonic Shock, Sound Barrier. They're coming up on a Kitsune Rush, which they can use to mirror Seneca. Pain can mirror Seneca. And they almost have another overclock. I just see Killer Ducks taking this next fight using ult advantage.
Your ult's going to be coming out. The Pulse Bomb does not land, and the Excavation Initiation comes out from Magoo. No picks going to be coming out of that first, so they do have that Katsune Rush, just keep them alive for a little bit longer. A lot of healing on the course he takes keeps them alive, and the trade is going to be going out for both these teams. Voodoo is going to be falling down, and now with that is Pain. Killer Ducks are just going to have to try to survive for as long as he can, but I don't think he's going to be able to happen. Oh, Pain's doing a little bit of a dance on. just trying to stall for a little bit longer here, but he will not be able to do it. And Iowa State take this third point and bring it up to the map point.
Yeah, it looks like Killer Ducks has opted not to pull the trigger on either of the support ults after Pain mistimed the Suzu and then just took a chunk of damage from Cliff's or sorry, Terra Surge. As now they're heading to this map with, or this 4th point with overclock of their own, coming up on the Terra Surge and double support ults. While Iowa State has nothing.
Yeah, nothing for Iowa State. It's going to be the Katsune Rush going to be coming out first for the side of Killer Ducks. They're playing super duper aggressive. They're pushing super duper hard, but again, they speed out. And on the way out, Zin gets a pick onto the Kiriko. Now with the Katsune Rush fading out, they want to push back now. Super duper speed going to be going really aggressive. Clicky Thick decides to use that gold. Try and do as much damage as he can on the Voodoo. Luffy still doesn't have that beat, and he's going to be able to pop it. Pops it a little bit late, does save for his teammates here, and they want to try and get aggressive. Yup, building up onto that beat, but it's not. I don't think it's going to come out in time. He decides to use it after both of the DPS fall, but Voodoo is going to be able to come down. Yup, using that beat, and going to get a pick right after that here, and it looks like it might even work out for them. The damage from these support players seem like they're going to be enough. Oh my god, Seneca with 2? Wow, I mean, what a great fight from them. I mean, Yup decided to use that beat after both of his DPS players fall, but it decides to work out for them. 30% for the side of Killer Ducks, but now Iowa State taking their claim on the objective.
I mean, that fight was just, Iowa State looks like they finally had coordinators. That kite out from Payne's Katsune Rush
was great.
Beautiful, especially since getting that pick onto Payne. Oh, and then that sound barrier from Yup, which is about a cliff to just stand there in Voodoo's Terra Surge, just pumping in damage. And now Iowa State has 4 ults of their own.
Yeah, the ultimate for Iowa State does go wide. Both of them not going to hit, but they do have the Katsune Rush and the Terra Surge pushing up super aggressive here. Zin's for the first pick again, and now this Arisa is going in. She is pushing. Zin's gets another kill. Sally gets another kill, and it's going to be Iowa State taking control now, picking up now. We should get one more fight in this point, but they're going to have to act quickly as this point does pick up very quickly.
Yeah, looks like we're heading into what potentially might be the last fight of this map, especially if Iowa State can hunt down Magoo. Looks like Seneca's on the prowl, but they don't really know where he is. But yeah, no ults for Killer Ducks, and Zinth has an overclock.
He's been really good with his overclocks. He's going to have to make it work here. The only on the board, he decides to pop it right away. Trying to aim to get as much as he can to Katsune. Or sorry, the Kiriko is going to be able to get that cleanse and not going to get the pick here. No picks coming out from that, but it's going to be quickly taken out. Payne was 95 to ult. He was almost going to get that Katsune Rush, but it's not going to do that in time. Yep, with another pick, and now the entire team of Iowa State is going to be really healed up now. And it looks like they should be able to take this point pretty hard-handedly. It's going to be the Tracer and the Lucio, the only 2 people left on point. But the Tracer falling, the Lucio falling. That is going to be the map going to Iowa State. They needed this map pick. This was their map pick. They needed to win this one, and they make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, what you saw there was honestly, yeah, that overclock didn't get any kills directly, but you saw some great coordination from Iowa State, which they showed all of that map as it flushed. It forced that Kiri TP and Suzu and just flushed Payne straight into Cliff to just get that easy kill. As I mean, if Arisa's on top of Kiri who has no cooldowns, I mean, that's about as free of a kill as you can ask for.
Woo. Wow, great job from Iowa State. We did see Vint there with that play of the game. He really made it happen there for his team. The overclocks the entire game has just been so good from him. And like we talked about before, it really was coordination that Killer Ducks had the advantage over, but Iowa State proved that they can coordinate just as well as the Killer Ducks. I mean, we saw that disengage on the last point was beautiful, and every single time that they were needed to move anywhere, I mean, Yup with that Lucio was just speeding them in and out, and it was really stand-up performance of both these teams. So now with a 2-1, it is going to be the Killer Ducks map pick. So we're going to see what map they're going to pick after this quick break. So please stick around and we'll see you guys really soon. the Overwatch Seasons Spring Division Grand Finals. Last map, we did see Iowa State come back and be able to take that map, bringing it up to a 2-1. Killer Ducks still in the advantage, but Iowa State do have the momentum now. It's going to be Killer Ducks and map pick, and they're going to be bringing us over to Coliseo here. So we are going to see a little bit of a different play styles here. We did see a lot of Orisa in the last few maps, so it's going to be interesting to see if these teams try and stick to that or they try and switch it up here. But this map also had a lot of long sight lines. We've been seeing these Sojourn players do, I mean, just crazy stuff on these Sojourns. With these sidelines, I mean, these headshot opportunities that they're going to get are going to be crazy. So I'm really looking forward to see which one's going to get the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, last map, Iowa State looked so much more coordinated. And what I liked that I saw them do is they leaned on Solid's flexibility quite a bit there as they rolled out on the man initially. And then they swapped over the Tracer. Once they, built up a slight lead and forced some swaps from Killer Ducks. I'd like to see more of that as... if you have a flex DPS that's flexible enough, why not use that, get some advantageous swaps going, and then be like, you know what, going back to meta, and you guys aren't, boom, all of a sudden instant ult advantage. But yeah, we are headed over to Coliseo, so we are going to see some very, very, very slow-paced gameplay, especially to start it out, as neither team really wants to push too far forward at the start, as you don't really want to push into the other team's sight lines with the lack of cover and the narrow hallway, as, not much room to go. Zimt did roll out on the ball at first, but I would be shocked if we saw him on it.
Ball. That'd be
if we saw that, it's just an instant map loss for Iowa State. I've seen it before.
No, you gotta believe.
I've seen it before. It's
I've
not
seen it.
good. It's not good. Let me tell you. So, you know how it's illegal to drunk drive?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Zimt would get arrested for playing ball.
He'd get a DUI for playing ball.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right.
He looks like he is 12 drinks in driving down the interstate. Which you should never do, by the way. Crazy.
No, never do that. We do not endorse drinking.
We do not endorse drinking and driving on the street. To probably clarify, that is not a good idea.
Don't do that.
Please do not do that.
Don't. Okay.
But if you did,
Overwatch. No, Overwatch. Let's Overwatch. This is awesome. Overwatch gameplay. Rolling out now. We're gonna see Cliffy Thick on to Zari. We saw this a little bit on Rialto. Did not work out for him there, but he did switch last minute, so he's gonna try and roll out here with 10 full minutes. Cliffy Thick gonna try and do as much as he can. We're gonna see much of the same for the side of Killer Ducks now. Voodoo sticking on the Orisa with the Kiriko Lucio. Absolutely no swaps with the Killer Duck. It's gonna be only Iowa State that's gonna switch it up a little bit. Cliffy Thick trying to build up as much energy as he can now to do some damage here. But again, like you said, it's going to be pretty slow, waiting for the first pick to happen.
Yep. Pro team's just going to be juggling here, trying to get that control. Oh, wait a second. It looks like Iowa State, do they pull the trigger here? As Voodoo is low and has no cooldowns.
Yeah, Voodoo falls low, and they're going to try to aggressive here. Lucio with the speed gets going to push his team very aggressive here. Voodoo just fall low, and he's getting taken out by Lucio. Great job from them. They want to keep this aggression up. Their Orisa's falling super low now. That on speed boost from Loopy. He's just a sitting duck to this fully charged Zarya. Great job from Iowa State. Able to take that first map. We're going to have a Sojourn 1v1 on the high ground. Oh, it's Zimt. Zimt come through. They needed that. Make sure they don't lose a player here, as this payload is going to keep pushing forward. The bot, sorry.
Yeah, now here we're seeing the advantage. You saw the advantage of the Zarya into Orisa's. Normally Orisa likes to javelin spin and fortify and javelin spin after a second, but against Zarya you can't javelin spin, that doesn't block beam damage. You just the fortify get forced so early.
Oh, the pulse bomb from Salad comes out, not able to do anything with it. He built it up really quick, but unfortunately not going to do anything with that. The bot's going to be pushing underneath his bridge here. We're going to see the Orisa drop down. Zimt does get the first pick here, giving this advantage to Iowa State. It looks like a full reset is going to have to come out from Killer Ducks. They back up, but Voodoo just gets hunted down. This Zarya is just so charged, and with the speed from Yup. It's just bad news for the man.
Yeah, right now, Zarya is just such a momentum-based tank. Because if you can get charge going before the fight, and then you go into the fight with bubbles, you just run over the other tank. Right now, what I'd love to see Killer Ducks do here is just force a bubble out early. Then the second they see that second bubble, collapse on the cliff and just do a ton of damage. He's just going to start doing so much now and taking so many resources, allowing Zimt and Sal to do a lot.
Woo! Katsuniris is going to be coming across the bridge here. The pulse bomb from Manga does not land, but both these teams are going to be falling low on the inside. Seneca with that Katsuniris is going to fall out really here, and now it's going to be Kane with his own. The counter is going to be coming out pretty soon as the bot's still pushing. There we go. We have the Katsune Rush coming out, and Archive's going to be to get the first pick on Blue and Style to fall super below. The recall is going to be to come out for him, but again, the Katsune Rush is pushing super aggressively. We do have a beat from Yup Yup trying to keep his team alive, but again, just like last game, and they beat after both their DPS players are dead. Cliffy picks aside Jesus, Graviton surge as well. He does get with one pick on the Magoo, but they might just want to back up here. Yeah, they're backing up. I mean, 2 ults, you use Grav and beat, and can't even win the fight. I mean, that was a bit of a misplay from them here, but again, they did push, I mean, 100 meters.
Yeah, don't really know what we were grabbing there, but they got what they wanted. They got checkpoint, and they got to the second corner past it. And I'll be honest, on Coliseum, you tend to not push too much past that.
True. I mean, for the first push in 3 minutes, getting 100 meters is huge for them. Arkai now, with this overclock, is going to try and play a little aggressive here. Since he's going to be holding on to his to maybe, and that falls out. And nobody's going to fall. Arkai not going to be able to get much done with that. The bot is just going to be chilling out in the center position, but Yup Yup is getting hunted down on the side. All by himself, getting hunted down by Magoo. And now it's going to be focus is going to be turning over to Seneca as he does fall as well. Flipping thick now, I mean, with no supports, he's not able to do much, but he does get a pick on the way out. Magoo falling, but as a Tracer, should not be too much of a problem. The push for Killer Ducks starts now.
I mean, obviously what we saw here, what's big for Killer Ducks is they finally reset Cliff's energy, so he does need to put work into building that back up so he can actually be an offensive threat. And what's interesting there is I never got a really chance to point out is on Iowa State's push, the bot never got stalled out around bridge, which you will almost always see.
None at all. It just kept pushing, giving them a 100-meter lead. We do the beacon be coming up from Luffy. Stays his team as the continuer from Seneca does come out. Looks like both these teams are going to try to stay alive for a little bit longer. The the cleanse is going to be coming out from Seneca as the Katsune Rush does come out from Pain. Moves into the first round of fall, though, throughout all of that. And it's going to be 2 picks for the side of Iowa State. Even though Pain did have the ult advantage with the Katsune Rush, his team is just going to fall down around him. Voodoo's going to try to stall the spot for as long as he can, but the full charge is already going to be beaming him down. Not much you can do. Iowa State going to be taking your spot back.
Yeah, again, now Cliff has charge again and will be going in the fight with 2 bubbles, and that's just not a situation you want to be in if you're Killer Ducks, especially dropping both support ults and not winning the fight. Like, those are your 2 biggest ults. And now they have nothing to deal with this grab. They're going to need to rely on Voodoo just blocking so much damages. Magoo falls in the Tracer duel.
Yeah, the Tracer dude does go with the way of Salad. His spot is going to be pushing back up, and we're going to have the checkpoint achieved for Iowa State. Now they do have that spawn advantage. The bot is continuing to move now 100 meters and counting. Flippy Thick now has just so much energy, and he has another bubble on his hand as well as this grab. I mean, anybody that gets caught in this grab is going to have to pray. He's going to have to pray that they're able to get saved because it's just so much damage. Luby does not have that beat to be able to counteract it, and Yup Yup does have the beat. I mean, the advantage for Iowa State is huge here. The beat going to be coming out, nearly the entire team is going to be hit by that, and the grab is going to be coming. Oh, jeez! Oh, geez, the grab is going to be able to suck up to Lucio, but just a little bit too late as Voodoo is pushing super aggressively. Gets a couple people with that terror surge. The Killer Ducks able to, I mean, from a fight, from an old perspective that they were way behind, able to come back here with Voodoo's nice terror surge.
I mean, from what we've seen from Cliff this fight, I'll be honest, I would not be too scared of his grabs. I mean, solo grabbing a Tracer and throwing it wide and catching no one. Like, I mean, I see the vision on the second one, probably predicting that Arkai was on high ground here, trying to pull him into the window, hopefully catching Voodoo, pulling him into the air, but that just didn't hit any of them.
No, it did not work out here. If they want to get aggressive, they do take the bot, and they did also preserve their checkpoint, so they still do have their spawn advantage. But again, Luffy's able to speed his team completely out. He does fall too low. He's going to have to stand here and fight if he wants to try and do anything. He's just so low. I mean, this Zarya is just beaming him so hard, and it's so hard for him to stay alive. Pain decides to do the Katsune Rush right before he dies, but it's not going to do to help him. Luffy does fall as well. Magoo uses that pulse before he dies, but he does not get anything with it. The Kiriko headshot is... I mean, you take out the Tracer, it's a Kiriko punch. He's just so low. The bot now pushing up here with 116 meters and pushing. Iowa State might even get full cap.
Yeah, they never reset Cliff's charge after that whiffed grab. So now he already almost has another one. Like, you can't be playing against Zarya. You have to confirm that kill. So otherwise, she just goes into the next fight with full charge.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, Iowa State are making their name known. Zinz decides to use that ult. Luke is going to be able to combat it with the beat, hitting his entire team, trying to play aggressive here. No, they can't. They can't hunt anybody down. I mean, Iowa State just back up a little bit and stay alive. And now with the ult advantage for Iowa State, they're putting him under this grab. Yup Yup's going to have a big beat advantage. He can almost build it up here.
I mean, again, they're just not doing anything to keep Cliffs in check, and he's just outputting so much damage, throwing so many resources, and then... I mean, we finally hit a grab, and... I mean, if you're going to hit a grab, that's the one to hit.
That's the grab. I mean, great grab from them. Now with 2 down, they're going to try to play aggressive, but Lucio's going to be on this bot to keep it moving now. Voodoo's falling super duper low. He loses his armor now, and he's just getting beamed. I mean, the beam comes through. Zen does get the finishing kill, but Arkai now with his ult is going to be trying to do as much as he can. The Katsune Rush is going to be a little bit sideways, but I don't even think it's going to matter. Iowa State does have that beat advantage as well as the Katsune Rush, and this bot is pushing 130 and pushing. I mean, there's not much going to be stopping. The bench is going to be the only one on point, trying to stall it out for as long as she can, but just not going to make it happen. Voodoo's going to be the only one on point, trying to stay alive. The Terror Surge! It's huge! No, it's not. It's not huge.
No,
Voodoo's going to fall shortly after that. I mean, the Zarya charge is just so high. They have the Katsune Rush to try and stay on the point for a little bit longer, but it's just not going to work.
I mean, yeah, Cliff's just outputting 200 damage a second that Voodoo can't mitigate outside of using Fortify, and that's on what, 16-second cooldown? Lucio Gap.
Lucio Gap. Wait, Voodoo on a Rhine. This is the swap that they needed. This is the swap that they needed.
I mean, if you are going to play a tag pistol over Zarya and you're not a Winston player, Ryan is the play. He can just mitigate so much damage, doesn't give up a lot of charges. You're in a big control of your hammer, and you can one of the few tanks that can actually outbrawl a full charge Zarya. As you bait out the bubbles, and then you just start, I mean, crumpling her with your 2-ton hammer.
Wham! Yeah, we're gonna see the Rhine swap now. It's really gonna be up to this Rhine. I mean, this is their Hail Mary. I mean, they're down 100 meters, so they have to make something out of it. Clippy Thick with another grab. I mean, another grab comes out. Voodoo's shields break. He's getting beamed down. Arkai does get a kill to trade out a little bit, but again, the advantage is going to be on the side of Iowa State. His bot's going to continue to move. Clippy Thick falling super low. Okay, but he just gets 3, so he's
I mean,
fine.
if you're playing the Reinhardt, you'd really want to have seen Pain swap over to that piece just for that extra sustain. So we are going to see Voodoo swap over to the Winston here, just completely ignore Cliff.
Winston. Yeah, I mean, this is the last dip after they do have a lot of ults. The ult advantage is going to try to kill the Ducks. We're going to see Magoo with that. And sure, ult, I forgot already, my fault. The Magoo's going to be coming out, not going to do much with it here, but it's going to be Killer Ducks getting the first pick. 2 to be coming out, Magoo going to do that final kill with that speed. Really?
I mean, but what? We're on last fight now, and Iowa State has the Overclock, has the Katsune Rush with how Cliff's playing. I mean, he's probably going to pull a grab.
Yeah, he's gonna get it for sure.
Oh, looks like we're over on the Doomfist. We're taking the dive mirrors. Salad once again wins the Tracer duel.
Salad getting rid of their Tracer duel. Now it's going to be the fight advantage for Iowa State. The Katsune Rush is going to come out from Seneca's Pain. Still building up to his, but the quick little reset kill actually tried to back up and stay alive. Now with the beat going to be coming out from Loopy. No beat for Yup Yup. He does fall low. And they're going to take him out. Pain's going to use that Katsune Rush as well. Two supporters are going to be coming out to Killer Ducks if they want to try and win this fight. The entire team of Iowa State is falling super low, but just no picks are going to be able to confirm. I mean, the Doom's going to be going right back in, trying to do as much damage as he can. Voodoo with the first pick here. Iowa State is going to be falling low. Can they get any more picks here? Clippy Thick does fall. I mean, the block is going to absorb a little bit of damage, but it's just not enough. And now it's going to be the final fight. This is it. Overtime is triggered, and Killer Ducks cannot leave this by.
Yup, Ajax.
What do you say? He did? No.
He Ajaxed. That's not the fight. That's not the fight to Ajax, man. You can't be Ajaxing on last in OT to a Winston of all things. Like, how do you lose beat to a Winston?
Not the Winton. The Winton has tried to use his prime to fall low after that pulse bump, but the back line of Killer Ducks does fall. We're going to see Magoo try and use that ultimate to try to do as much damage as he can, but it's going to be Iowa State taking it up. I mean, that was whole-handedly Iowa State's map. I mean, they pushed out the 100 meters in the first couple minutes and then the 130 by the end. Iowa State taking that second map, and they made that one look easy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame Killer Ducks for going to that map, because throughout, I mean, up until New Jack City, they were kind of just dominating Iowa State with, like, the pokier comp, so might as well go to the poke map, or push map, as now we're seeing Cliff just beam people down.
Beaming.
Yeah.
Beaming. I mean, yeah, this Zarya pick was big. This Zarya pick was huge. We saw it on Rialto. He wanted to play it. It just did not work out from there. Ran out on the entire map this time on the Zarya. And beaming. I mean, absolutely beaming. I mean, he was full charge nearly every single fight. The bubbles were on point. I don't think he wasted a bubble once. I mean, he just had so much energy the entire time. So great job from him.
No, like, that was just great performance from him. Just, again, they just never reset his charge. Like, he just kept going in with full charge. They never even just took a fight to throw away a fight just to reset the charge, which, I mean, I probably would have called to do, because you see a Zarya running you down, you just be like, all right, team. Let's just dump 2 ults into this fight. Don't care if we win or lose. We have to kill. We have to kill them. And they just did it. I mean, they lost for it, frankly. Like, you just can't be leaving Azaria alive the entire map.
No,
It's just
so much
not going
damage
to
from
work
Cliff be
out.
thick. Iowa State, though, winning the last two maps. I mean, the first two maps were pretty decisive for Killer Ducks, but Iowa State, I don't know what they did. They flipped the switch, and they really brought it back now, bringing us to a map 5. But again, this is a 7-map banger, so we still have at least 2 more maps.
Yeah, it looks like Krog might have done his job. You know, he gave, like, a really inspiring speech.
Krog being the coach, yes?
I technically, but he's also like the sub player / bench warmer / hype man. He's kind of, he just kind of does whatever's asked of him. He's subbed in for tank, he subbed in for tank, support, DPS. When he subbed in for tank, it did not go. It did not go very well.
Okay.
but he has done it.
Okay. Well, we're going to see a nice little comeback. Iowa State really making their name known. They are the underdogs here, and they're really showing it to Killer Ducks. Last 2 maps going their way. It's going to be Killer Ducks map pick on the next one of a map 5. So please stick around. We're going to see another incredible map and see which team is going to be able to pull it ahead and bring us to match point. We'll see you guys really soon.
All right, in 3, 2, we're in.
We're back in 3, 2, 1, 0. We're here in the Overwatch Season Spring Division Grand Finals. Iowa State taking it to Killer Ducks, winning the last 2 maps, tying it back up at 2-2. But again, with a 7 map match, this is even a match point. So this is a really important map. This is Killer Ducks map pick. They're deciding they want to bring us to Hollywood. They want to try and end this one quick. They got to win this next map. They got to show their dominance because the momentum is clearly in the hands of Iowa State. I mean, last map wasn't too close. Was not too close. I mean, Iowa State pushed the bot nearly to the end. Killer Ducks didn't even get a checkpoint. Cliff beats 6 Zarya was crazy. It was crazy. He was just beaming, doing so much damage. It was a great swap, swapping off the Orisa that he's been playing the entire game. And the Zarya really seemed to work out for them here. So it's going to be interesting to see what they want to do about it. Hollywood, I mean, this is a very high-low map. I mean, second point, I mean, the high ground and low ground is just crazy. So being able to...
Yeah, I agree, Swishy. Being able to go through and be able to rotate high grounds. Map second point is very coordination dependent, especially if you decide to run the Orisa brawl instead of a dive. Your rotations have to be on point. You have to be together all the time. So it'll be interesting to see if both teams opt to run the Orisa brawl or take the slightly easier way out in terms of coordination on Hollywood and run dive, but then sacrifice a lot of point pressures. Actually, this Seneca D-Caesar crashes. I don't know what's going on. I can find out.
It
looks like
MCD's internet.
His internet did
problem.
Go. I can go get information from them real quick.
Well, I will see you soon. He's gonna get some information here, but Killer Ducks, this is a map pick. This is Hollywood. They got to do something here. I mean, the first two maps were clearly won by Killer Ducks. I mean, Killer Ducks played great. I mean, the coordination was great. Their DPS were doing insane things. And it really looked like this could have even been a sweep. Like, I was like, damn, are we going to see a 4-0 in the grand finals? Like, damn. But then right as I said that, Iowa State came back. I mean, they're New Junk City. They won 3-1. They won 3 of the points out of the first 4, and it was pretty good by them. And I was like, okay, we're gonna have a match. And then the next time that we just saw in Coliseo, I mean, that wasn't even close. Iowa State was crazy. I mean, they really showed that why they're in this grand finals. They showed that they are here for a reason. They made a lower bracket run. They're the underdogs. They beat the first and the second seed to get here.
Just dropped quickly, and he is back.
We got him.
Yeah. I just want to make sure nothing big was going on.
True. No big beef. I'm sorry, guys. No tea to be dropped.
Yeah, it was just internet. I mean, I got tea, but I don't think I can.
Oh shit!
I don't think it's fit to share.
Nope.
I mean, you know how college students can be. I don't think all of them are completely sober right now.
Damn. Okay. What a way to play, bro. Let's go.
I mean, I'll be honest, there's not much
I don't
to do
play
in
much.
Iowa,
I don't play much
like,
Overwatch sober. It's like I can't blame him.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
And let's just say I am pretty sure Salad's skill on flex DPS like directly corresponds with his blood alcohol content.
True. I think it's like a up and up. Like it's gotta
I when I queue ranked with him, I make sure he's had a drink or two.
What the fuck? What is Salad talking about?
This is yeah. He
right,
is.
We start talking about Salad.
He might be a few
Stream
drinks
sees
in.
that.
And that's my goat right there.
My goat. My goat, Salad.
Yo, Salad, my goat.
Ready for battle.
Okay. Where were we?
We are on Hollywood. I was talking about how some teams might opt to run dive and give it point pressure in favor of an easier time rotating on second point. So it looks like right now Cliff is running the Orisa. Right now, Killer Ducks is giving us a Winton Far look. Oh, probably Widow just for an opening pick here. I doubt we'll see Magoo run Widow much past that. Looks like Voodoo might actually stick on the Winston. You might see a swap here, and they realize there's no one to really jump aside from Zinth. Might stick on it. We will see.
We're gonna have to see.
Try and stuff the choke.
3, 2.
It's going to be Iowa State first on defense here, trying to hold this point for as long as they can. I mean, this map has just been things of legends, perhaps. So Iowa State's just going to hold this for as long as they can. We're going to see the Monkey is going to be the one to roll out. Voodoo's going to try and dive to see if he can section off somebody. Magoo falling super duper low on this tracer flank, but he's going to be able to stay safe. The Bubble's going to be trying to come up, but he does get booped down. A great job by Yupnup able to boop him down. The Climber's going to have to come out to save Cliff Stick as he does fall low, and he will make that happen. Voodoo now falling super duper low, but he's going to take his time to heal back up. A little bit of reset now for Killer Ducks.
Honestly, I agree. Squishy that was just a really well played fight from. Oh, and never mind. Solid actually just kills Voodoo.
There he goes. Goodbye, Monkey.
Bye bye, Winston. Yeah, looks like.
Goodbye, Winston.
Goodbye, Winston. Looks like just didn't get the disengage he was looking for. Since Zinth gets Magoo on the way out, it's not really what you want to see from the Winston dive. You really want to see clean disengages after you bait out a cooldown, and then you go in on a harder dive. Is Killer Ducks, they got the baited out cooldowns, but they did not get the disengage part.
Nope.
So hopefully
hey,
we see them clean up on that a bit.
50-50.
Yeah. You know what? 50% if the curve's high enough, that's a passing grade.
That's not bad. C's get degrees as Iowa State's motto, I think. Actually.
I don't think 50% is C most of the time.
Okay, we're gonna see the dive now. The Kiriko is going to come out with that. The Cleanse is gonna be coming out, and now Voodoo wants to jump right back on him. Voodoo, oh jeez. I mean, the Monkey just takes so much damage when he misses Sojourn and Orisa.
Like that.
Yeah, the bubbles have been a little bit catastrophic. But Voodoo's still going to try and make it happen. Pain's going to fall super duper low as he does get taken out, as well as Magoo. Salad with a Tracer duel comes out on top.
Not the Winston bubble I want to see from my Winston. If you want to drop it off that high ground, you have to drop it on the choke side, so you do have a place to drop and still use it. Or you just, I mean, ideally you just actually land the bubble on high ground, but you know, maybe Voodoo knows something I don't.
Yeah, Voodoo is the Monkey GOAT. I mean, I've heard it like he won a 1v1 versus Douchebag. I heard that. That's the deal.
You heard that? You heard that?
Yeah, I heard that.
like was this Douchebag from Wish, or?
This is like Douchebag versus...
Douchebag?
Oh man, Voodoo it does gonna fall super below, and a lot of ults gonna be coming out from both of these teams. Either this maybe Iowa State's gonna hold control here. Killerduck's just gonna try and back up and stay alive for as long as they can.
Again, it was just like Paradox, like, yeah, now they have the disengage part down, but they don't have the engage part down. Like, you can't.
They're getting close.
Yeah, now they just have to sync those two up. Sometimes, like, in like one scrim you work on one thing, the next you work on the other, and then the third you do both. Like, maybe that's what we're
Bring
seeing
it all
right
together.
Exactly.
Yep. And the team Arkai and Dim both gonna be popping that overclock here, trying to do as much damage as they can. Arkai falls low, he's gonna have to save his health, try and hide behind this car and help his Lucio. The beat from Luby does come out, and yup, is gonna counter beat. The monkey trying to go into the rest up now. He does have that monkey ult if he wants to use it, but it's gonna be getting the better of the Soldier in 1v1. Trade's gonna be coming up from both these teams on making it a 4v4, but Loopy's in the back one. Okay, there goes there goes Loopy. It is going to be the advantage for Iowa State now. Seneca's going to have to try to get back on point. Flippy Thick does take out that Kiriko, and now 30 seconds left. Killer Ducks only going to have one more fight.
Yeah, we're just in disadvantage already. Winston, having this is again, you don't really have anybody to dive. Like, yeah, you can for Seneca's just going to TP away, and then Voodoo and his DPS just aren't in enough sync to capitalize on those opportunities. I mean, they're going in on the same target together, which is great, but then they have no cooldowns to go on Zinth when he slides away or Seneca when he TPs away. They have to, pick and choose. And they're just not picking and choosing.
No, absolutely. This monkey has been pretty hard for them here, but with this last fight, they're going to have to make something happen here. Arkai does get the first pick, giving the advantage to his team. He gets two, actually, so great job with him. They really need to make something happen here, and it looks like they're going to do it. Flippy Thick decides to use that Orisa ult. Orisa ult. Terra Surge. He's a Terra Surge to try and get as many as he can, but he's just not going to do it. Last fight, Killer Ducks make it happen. They're sticking onto this monkey.
Yeah, they finally got it to work with Arkai getting that opening pick onto Salad, I want to say. As we are seeing swaps come out from Iowa State. Looks like they're opting to run Diva. And just now, actually rotate around on the high ground. Cliff can go down, drop to contest Karth, and boost her back up and get low. Or honestly, just play to screw over Voodoo's engages. They just chase the Winston.
Chase him, and when he jumps, you boost her after him, and then the rockets, and there's so much damage with the little shotguns. They do so much.
I mean, there has to be a documentary about people poaching, like poachers going after gorillas. So maybe Cliff's watched a few of those.
They get the kill on the Voodoo and taking him out. The monkey falling is going to be the first one. It's going to be a quick little reset. And since it did take them so long, they only have around a minute and 40 seconds now to push through second point.
Okay, I just like to make a quick comment and did get a quick message from my lawyers saying I should probably say I do not endorse poaching
Immediately got a text.
In any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Unless it is in a
drunk
video
driving
game.
or poaching.
I
We do not
endorse illegal activities.
on this stream. Arkai now is going to be the first one with a pick. He was the one to make it happen on the first point. He's the one to make it happen here. Voodoo does clean up both those supports for the side of Iowa State. And it is going to be Killer Ducks getting another fight win now. A minute on the clock, and they're just going to be trying to push this payload forward as far as they can. Cliff and Thick does get DMAC, and they're going to stall him out. Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Cliff, no.
No. I mean, had Cliff. The problem is he had Diva. He already had self-destruct. Otherwise, you'd see him go to spawn, swap back to Diva. We are finally seeing the coronation come in from Killer Ducks. Looks like they're going to try and deny the rematch.
And they are going to be able to make it happen. Flippy Thick falls super late with this card pushing along. And without a tank, Iowa State, none of them to combat this. Voodoo falling super below. He has to stay alive. He's going to have to use that bubble to stay alive. But this card pushing 4 meters and counting the Tracer is going to have to touch. Yup does get taken out by that great post spawn from Magoo. And Salad is the only one on the point. He does fall shortly after the Arkai. Another one for Arkai as well. They're going to try and chase him down. Diva's not going to be able to get that spawn reset. And neither is the Sojourn getting chased down. Zin's falling super duper low. But it looks like he's going to get out. Ooh, lucky him. And he gets to pick on a Magoo.
I think Salad swapped with the Reaper. It appears they may have heard my coaching comments and thought that it was a good idea. Don't know what this says about Iowa State, but, a win's a win.
They're going to need your lawyer quick.
Yeah, good. I will give them my lawyer's info. or maybe they might need to hire, like, a PR coordinator to weather the storm.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Okay, we're going to be seeing a lot of ults now coming out. Arkai on the dupe, onto the Diva. This is a classic. The Diva is so good. It just provides so much thing with that Diva Matrix. But it's going to be yup with the router trying to come down to it. They're going to be chunky and cleaning up as much as they can. Luffy does have his beat advantage though. The bomb going to be coming out for Arkai here as it does blow up, and now the kill going to be coming out of it. Cliffy Thick does get D-Neck. He wants to try to stay alive. The bomb goes out, and he's going to get back in this neck. Now, the car is still moving, keeping it chugging along with a minute left on the clock. Killer Ducks do have a little bit of time to make this happen. They do have another fight or two if they're able to win this one, but the car is moving. Cliffy Thick is going to try to decide to stay on this point for a little bit longer. He's going to take out Magoo, giving the advantage to the side of Iowa State here. Katsumi Rush and Beat for the side of Killer Ducks. Double supporter, and they're going to have to make something happen here. They're already down a DPS player, and there's not going to do anything. Seneca with the later Katsumi Rush is going to be to push them all the way out this point, and quick little reach is going to have to come out from Killer Ducks. 30 seconds left. Only one more fight. Ooh, an Archive falls late.
That's not good if you're Killer Ducks. Now they're going to have to take a really late fight if they want to take it out with all 5. And now with the Reaper swap, they really need that Echo there just to ensure that burst damage to get that insta-kill onto somebody when Voodoo jumps in. As they do, I mean, they have Pulse Bomb and Primal, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. His side is coming up on the Death Blossom, and they don't have much to deal with that.
And not at all. No support else. They did pop 2 in that fight. Not to make anything happen about it. The pulse one does come out from Magoo right as he falls, but it does not happen. Zinx gets the better of the DPS again. Cliffy Thick does go out of mech though, so this kind of traded off on the side of Killer Ducks here. The Primal going to be going out for Voodoo. The the Death Blossom has come out from Saladin on the backline, but nothing did happen. Voodoo with that Primal is going to be getting a kill on the D-Max and the Archive Deeper Hit. A lot of stuff going to be happening on this point now. They have to keep Voodoo alive here. He's getting hunted down by this D.Va, and can he stay alive? Ooh, he just can't. I mean, Cliffy Thick poaching him there at the end of that fight, and it is going to be the side of Iowa State holding now on this third point. I mean, we thought they were going to hold on the first point, so I mean, great job from Killer Ducks, able to bring it back all the way up to the third point. So they really made it happen. The Winston was looking a little bit rough, but they made it work.
Yeah, what I'd like to point out there is a really high intellect play coming out from Lupo's Archive, copying D.Va, and then quickly like 180 and matrixing the entirety of Salad's Death Blossom. Yeah, it's just, I don't think I've ever seen somebody use dupe to shut down Blossom before.
Yeah, great job from him. I mean, but watch that Reaper. You gotta know he has all. And I mean, if you don't matrix that, I mean, he just does so much damage. He saved his backline. His backline was really super duper low, but he was able to matrix him just in time, keeping them alive.
And just, I guess another advantage of the Echo Swap that I never mentioned was just a focusing beam against D.Va. I mean, like, what more needs to be said? Able to quickly burst down that D.Va mech, and then if you D-mech D.Va, I mean, she's pretty much useless.
Yep.
I mean, maybe D.Va does a surprising amount of damage, but you lose out on
the Gat.
Glock.
The Glock. She's got that.
The Glock.
Yeah, she's got the Glock. She's able to do a lot of damage.
I mean, she does kind of got the Gat, but, you know.
Pause. I mean, you know. What we talking about? Voodoo. Voodoo's on the monkey on defense. Overwatch. Yeah, and we do have Arkai on the Cole Cassidy. He's trying to switch it up. The first time we're going to see him off of that.
Wait, are we
going
to see Zinfara?
Zinfara? Cliff Paul? No. Okay. Well, last second. I thought we were going to see something different.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, wait, we were seeing Arkai Cassidy. Maybe expecting a dive, looking to shut that down. But at the end of the day, or just chucking down Cliff on the Orisa.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Voodoo here. He wants to stay on this monkey on the defense, which, I mean, clearly they got this thing scrimmed out. They're not switching off this monkey. They're going to make it work. Voodoo have a quick engage from Iowa State. If they're able to speed up onto the high ground too, but easily, the bubble's going to have to go down for Voodoo to stay alive. But again, the high ground now is in charge of Iowa State, and we're going to see this RZA drop down on the point. I mean, it's just her. Salas has to get the first pick, though, so it's going to be Archive falling as well. I mean, Iowa State are just playing so aggressively. This Orisa comp is just so tanky, and they're able to just do so much damage. Picking up onto the point now, the spear does come out on the Magoo, but unfortunately he's not going to get taken out. Monkey is staying alive as long as he can, trying to just back up here. Maybe they can get another touch, but I mean, with the Orisa on point, it can be really hard. Oh no, Voodoo's going to fall down.
I mean, Killer Ducks losing their Kiri first is just such a painful loss. I mean, you just lose out on so much healing, and then Voodoo can't really hold spaces. He just gets walked on with no Suzu or healing to save him. He just has to die or jump out, and that's just space for Iowa State, allowing them to take point really quickly with a over 5 minute time bank on second. And they have a win condition for this map. This is very good for Iowa State.
Very good indeed. I mean, it's a Orisa that they've been running all game, and they've stuck to it, and they're sticking to it for a reason. They're able to do so much here. Yup's just going to be chilling on the point, keeping that moving, as the entire team of Iowa State is going to be on this high ground waiting for him. Just Lucio things. The dive going to be coming out here from Voodoo as the bubble does come out. They push him off the high ground, and they're able to get Seneca as well. Then does fall, making the advantage go for the Killer Ducks. They're going to try and push up and try and kick out Cliffy Thick, and they will. Great job from them, able to push him off the high ground and get a pick, and without even using an ult.
I mean, if I'm Iowa State here, I might consider just swapping off the Orisa, losing the Terror Surge. Yeah, just you gotta get high ground control.
Smart. I mean, Coach. Wow.
Yeah, you just got to get high ground control. It's just such an important part of the of just Hollywood.
Yes. Well, let me see Magoo try and do some damage in the backline here. Sorry, the Sojourn does fall low, and he's going to get very taken out by the Monkey. The Monkey decides to catch Primal as well, just to stay alive and get another confirmed kill on the Yep, and take another fight with the side of Killer Ducks.
Another reason I feel like Cliff might have swapped there is that Winston is a surprising amount of damage to Orisa due to the recent change that allowed his primary fire to ignore armor's damage mitigation.
Oh,
so again,
right.
Yeah. So as now we're just seeing an ult dump from both teams.
Yep, does go up. Beat is going to be a safe sell. He does. I mean, the later beat is just so good from him. Archive decides to use his duplicate form to try and keep his team alive with that Diva defense. Make sure the Voodoo just falling so low. Poached by Cliffy Thick, and Pain might be the next one to fall, and it is. I'm going to be seeing Iowa State taking the advantage here, keeping that cart moving now with 3.5 minutes. It's still plenty of time.
And yeah, that fight wasn't that deep. It was just second beat tends to win, as you just have the extra health later.
True.
It doesn't matter if you lose health to the to the first beat, as you have the as you can just heal it up during beat. And as here we are going to see Voodoo kind of have enough of getting 2 shotguns, just 2 quick shotguns shoved down his throat. Like, you just, speaking from experience, playing Winston Diva is doable, it's just not fun. So might as well just
Diva is going to be getting duplicated here. The high ground control of this side of Philadelphia. The plane still just chugging along, slowly but surely. He's able to push up really forward now. Couple ults from both these sides. Interesting to see who uses it first. Cliffy Thick decides to send that bomb over the edge, not really do anything with it, but he can get it back in. No, he can't. Voodoo hunted him down. Taking him out. Not going to allow him to get that Macanelli thing. He's going to get that Killer Ducks. They want to play aggressive to take out as many people as they can, but it looks like they're not going to do it. Loopy, though, in the back line kills the Sojourn in a little bit of a 1v1, and it's going to be Killer Ducks getting the clear up now.
Yeah, I would say that was a perfectly placed bomb from Cliff. It landed right on top of Payne. Unfortunately for Cliff, Payne did have the Suzu, and then he decides to remech out in the open. As we are seeing Cliff swap over to Doomfist, he is a much better Doom player than Diva, and just honestly much more comfortable on it anyways, so we will see how it works out.
Yeah, you gotta know, I mean, the comfortability aspect, even if it's not the perfect meta, I mean, if this is the hero that you play the most time on, this is where you're comfortable on, this is where you play a lot of ranked as, I mean, it's just such an advantage for this team to be able to hit, for their tank player to be comfortable playing what they want. The first pick is going to be inside of Iowa State, giving this team the advantage to go aggressive in here. He picks a great shot from him. I mean, despite this Diva able to matrix all of his rail guns and even try and build up with that burst fire, I mean, he's just able to somehow do damage around this Diva and get some few more kills. It's going to be just the Kiriko and the Diva now on the high ground, and they have to clear him out if they want to try and trap this point.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job. If they took over 4 minutes off the time bank already. As teams are just...
and they've seen the Katsune Rush and the bomb getting coming up. Ooh, big bomb from Voodoo. Voodoo to take out 2. Yep, does get 1 in the beginning, but their ult advantage is still on the side of Killer Dex. If you want to pop a couple more, you might not even have to here. It's going to be Seneca on the Kiriko trying to stay alive as long as they can, but not going to make it happen. We're going to see Killer Dex hold it for just a little bit longer.
I mean, for your Killer Ducks, so even if they lost that fight, you're still more than happy with your second point hold. Is remember, Iowa State came into this point with 5.5 minutes with a 5.5 minute time bank, and now they're looking at last fight. This is not where you want to be, and they're on ult disadvantage.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. Both these teams do have plenty of ults. It's going to be see which side is going to do better with theirs. Doom is going to be trying to go and now getting a big punch onto the Lucio, but he does slide off. Not going to be able to slam him into that wall. And he's going to do the now from Archive Beat as well to come out from Loopy. And yep, both these teams just trying to stay alive for as long as they can. The duplicate is going to be falling super over low here. The block's going to have to come up to keep him alive for just a bit of a longer. Let's see if he will. Magoo does not get anything with that pulse bomb, but Voodoo and Archive, those both attempts to the team are going to fall super over low. Voodoo might be coming at him next now, but he's going to be safe. With a Mega is going to be grab. Great job from him to stay alive. Clippy Thick is going to be in this. Oh, he's going to try and slam down onto somebody. He's not going to be able to get a pick with that falling super over low. He has to stay alive for as long as he can, but it's not going to be able to happen. Now 12 seconds left. This is going to be last fight. Seneca is going to pick, but Voodoo does come back with it. The advantage is going to be inside of Killer Duck, and they do have this bomb. The mech's going to be coming back now from Voodoo, keeping him all alive as long as he can, but Glint's falling now. It's going to be Killer Ducks holding this point. Overtime's going to be ticking down now. It's just going to be this Lucio Tracer. They have to kind of contest for as long as they can. No ults for them. To be seen. The Pain's going to take out this Tracer. I mean, that's just so much stall that they needed to win this fight. It's gone. Yep, falling too below. The Beam going to be coming out from Archive. They're going to take him out, and Loopy with the boot, finishing off the Lucio. Killer Ducks taking our 5th map, bringing us to match point.
honestly, Voodoo grabbing that Mega might have been enough to save the map for
That was huge.
Killer Ducks, as if he gets DMAC there, he gets
He
DMAC
didn't have
far away
Mega.
from his team with like a full health Trace on top of him. Like there is, and a Doom looking to get him down as quick as possible. Like there is no way he gets back into Mag. The only way he was able to build another Mag was Cliff died right after DMACing him. And then everybody else is preoccupied. You get a quick pick onto Seneca, and then all of a sudden, you have the advantage. And then that was such a big remake. Gets back into mech, and obviously now you have your tank, the other team doesn't, and you just use that to win. Iowa State's got to capitalize on that and kill Voodoo before you can get back into mech, as we are headed over to control now.
Yep, control. This is going to be match point. Match point for Killer
control,
Ducks.
and then escort, I believe.
Yeah, Killer Ducks really showing it. They needed to win that map. They had to stop the momentum of Iowa State. Iowa State with the last 2 maps winning, bringing it to a tie game. But Killer Ducks hold them on that second point. Iowa State had 5.5 minutes, and they were to hold them on second point. I mean, it was looking bad for Killer Ducks. They got held on third point, and then they got first cap was just so quick for the side of Iowa State, but they figured it out. Killer Ducks made a couple good swaps. I mean, that Diva swap off the Orisa just worked out super duper well for them both times they're trying to do it. So Killer Ducks able to win it, bringing us to a match point. Like you said, we're going to have couple more maps. We're going to see if Iowa State is going to be able to bring it back. We were going to take a quick short break, so please stick around, and we'll see you guys again really, really soon. Welcome back, everybody. The Spring Division Grand Finals for Overwatch Seasons. We're seeing Iowa State versus Killer Ducks in a really, really close matchup. Killer Ducks is going to be up 3-2 in the 7-map banger, and it is going to be Iowa State's map pick, and they're choosing Ilios. This is their last map. If they're not able to win this one, they're going to have to bring it back. Iowa State's made this one really close. They're the underdogs. I mean, this game was not predicted to be a 7-map banger or even get this far, but Iowa State really turned on the Jets, and they were able to win a couple maps and bring Killer Ducks to their knees. Killer Ducks, though, able to win that last map, bring it to match point, showing them why they are the favorites, and they're going to try and close it out here. Ilios is the map pick for Iowa State here. I mean, based on the comps that we've been seeing out of Iowa State, I think it's a good pick for them.
Oh yeah, especially with how it looks like they were just so good at like these just rush comps, like not like the Orisa sustain brawls, but just like running past Killer Ducks, and that is really viable on. You can just play so far forward on Well, so you can get that done. You can do it on Ruins, and then on Lighthouse. I'll be honest, Lighthouse is not a real map. I've seen teams win on Lighthouse with only winning a single point. Oh, sorry, a single fight. Because all you do is you just TP onto point. You run like a Malgo, Ram, or Rhine, or I guess Orisa. You just sit on point with like May, Sim, Bap, Lucio, and you just refuse to leave.
refuse.
Because, I mean, like, yeah, some teams run dive, but are you supposed to dive Malga or Rhine, Sim, May, Bab, Lucio just in a confined area? You just don't. So, I'll be honest, hopefully we don't see that, because watching and casting that it's fun to play, but watching and casting that is so boring, as we are on, well, to start off, which...
The funny map. This is the funny map.
And this, I mean, this is a slightly controversial map in terms of if it's a dive or brawl map. Some teams say it's dive, so they have a lot of high ground to stage from. Some teams say it's brawl, you can just stand on high, then drop, or you can just take fights in, like, the cage or the wind or coast side. So it's just, personally, I think it's a dive map. I'm also a Winston head, so take for that what you would.
Player.
Yeah.
Can't aim tank player. Loving these dive maps.
I mean, you also play Reinhardt, so like I don't know.
Okay, don't call me out. Don't call me out. Looks like we're gonna see the Voodoo on the Winston. He decided that it worked out pretty well for them on that second maps, or on the last map. So Voodoo decides he wants to stay on this Winston. We're gonna see the Vista coming up and Flippy Thick going back to this. Dive gonna be coming up. We're gonna try and taking out that Sojin, but she's just gonna be able to slide away. Looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a point flip now. Both these teams on the opposite sides from where they started. With the point control is gonna be on the side of Iowa State. Somebody's gonna have to touch, but it looks like nobody's gonna do it. The point's gonna be going over them. Monkey gets speared directly out of their area as he tries to push, and he's just gonna have to put down the bubbles to stay alive as long as he can. Seneca falling super low though, and Voodoo's gonna be able to zap him up. Now with not a lot of healing, Iowa State's gonna have to try and play a little bit safer. Zin though, with that great pick, gonna be coming off of him, but again, it's gonna be traded right back off on the side of Killer Ducks. And again, with that first pick down on Seneca, I mean, Killer Ducks has had such a great advantage there, but the point's still ticking.
Yeah, like if you're Iowa State, like yeah, you're losing the fight, but it looks like you're gonna get what 25% off of this. Looks like you might see a White House strat where they just bunker into like the cage or coastside building. Just go onto point, force Killer Ducks off, cap point, and then die. And just constantly ticking up that percentage, or they might just go to actually win the fight. We will see.
C, we will. A, B, C, we will. Iowa State now is going to have to try things. But Killer Ducks is going to go straight onto the dive archive. There's great sticky on. He's going to be able to take out Zin, and the stun is going to have to come out. Pain's going to be falling, meaning there's not going to be a lot of healing for Killer Ducks. But it is have to play a little bit safer, as he's not going to have as much healing. Why does it say that if he wants to go aggressive there and Angelo to take out Salad? Cliffy Fake falling super low, but he does grab that mega, keep it in alive for just a little bit longer. Holding down the point now, Killer Ducks decide to back a little bit and not going to push too much farther forward. But ult advantage is for them. They're putting up on 5 ults pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, just getting those ults. Like, even though they lost Kane early, they're just have so high mobility that they can avoid quite a bit of the damage, and they just take fights wherever they want, section somebody off with a Winston bubble, and just kill them. As they're already at almost 60%.
Yeah, 60% charging. I mean, they're also going to get the first couple picks here. Great job from them. They're not even going to have to use an ult here. Yeah, I mean, Iowa State's not going to have any ults to use here to try and recombat that. And the point's going to be taken up now. Might even be coming up on final fight and 5 ults for Killer Ducks. It's going to be pretty hard for Iowa State. They do have 4 ults of their own, though.
Yeah, and once we're seeing Zen swap over the Cassidy, it's just so much better into Winston and Sojourn, as it's just so hard to kill him with the 275 HP plus the 75 damage. For 75% damage reduction on the roll, as Magoo just says, you know what, I'm just going to stick yup.
I mean, yeah, Mango with that great pulse on the beat is going to be gone for the side of Iowa State here, as they're going to be another ult since it's going to fall shortly after that. Pain getting a pick. I mean, this is the domination from the Killer Ducks. I mean, after they got that first point, I mean, they just never let it go. Pushing aggressively now, nobody's going to touch this point. 96, 97, 98, 99, all the way up to 100. Yeah. Killer Ducks take our first point.
I mean, like, you just lose your Lucio, who has a beat to start a last fight. That's never a good sign. Especially as...
what you want at all.
Yeah, but like, that might have been one of the driest points that I have ever seen. There was what? 3 ults used, Terror Surge, Duplicate, and Pulse Bomb, 2 of which are some of the fastest building ults in the game. Oh my god, what am I seeing?
I mean...
What is...
Let's go! Let's go!
I am getting
Iowa
flashbacks
State.
to ranked. I don't know how I feel about this one. Like, you know what? I see the vision of just denying Winston dive entirely, but like, I mean, they're gonna have to rely on Zenith hitting those shots onto Archive. Or, like, I just don't know if how this is gonna go for Iowa State. I feel like it's either gonna be a dominant showing from them, or they're going to get completely steamrolled.
Steamroll, maybe the thing that's going to happen is it's going to be calling the first one. Arcade is get that quick pick, but they do have the point advantage here. Clippy Thick might need to hit a big hook here if he wants to try and make something happen here. Lucio's playing a little bit aggressive, but he's not going to get hooked just yet. Clemens is going to have to come out, meaning that there's not going to be another one for this hog later on. But he does get the hook, and Clippy Thick is going to be able to get one pick on Archive. The point's going to be taken up now, but now these teams have complete control, and both these teams are falling low. It's really going to be up to the other DPS to try and just do a little bit more damage to push their team over the edge. We're going to see Salad swap over to the Reaper now, as he does try and come back a little bit quicker. Point control for both these teams are going to be very sporadic. The bubble for Voodoo is going to provide so much damage mitigation for the team, as Yip Yip is going to fall. Great hook from Clippy Thick, and he's going to pick, and Seneca as well. Iowa State now controlling this point. But as I say, that Killer's actually have 2 picks as well. I mean, this is just back and forth and back and forth. Salad is back now on the Reaper, but this is as I say, he gets taken out as well. And it looks like it is going to be Killer Duck taking that first point. The Hog does have, he did build up the ult though, so I mean, he did do some work.
Yeah. Like I said, Lighthouse is a very, very, very unserious map. As, like, I mean, one team's running Roadhog Reaper. Like, this is a funny map, funny comps. Like, I just don't know how I feel about this, because with the Roadhog, you have to play Kiri, and you just use so much sustain running Kiri over Baptiste. Like, I just don't know. But, I mean, Salad gets to pick on Pain, so, I mean, what do I know, as Duplicate does come out.
2 Hogs! Yeah,
just
Hog
to sustain for the whole
He gets
Hog.
taken out immediately, though. Not able to do much with
Yeah.
that. The advantage for Iowa State is in their favor now, but the only still going to pick it up the Killer shot. They want to make something happen to pick it up. Katsuna Rush for Seneca is going to come out. Luki decides to use the counter feed. Yep, but they do have the counter Katsuna Rush from Pain. But Salad is going to try and get aggressive now. The beat does wear off, and Luffy is going to fall. They're not going to decide to use this Katsuna Rush, and they might just try and give it this point. Looks like they will. Iowa State is going to start getting some percentage points onto this point.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely like an I don't want to die duplicate. As normally you don't duplicate Hog into Reaper Hog, as Dupe is maxed out at 350 health, so you're just gonna get, it's just gonna get broken immediately. As Salad's crouch on high ground. They don't know.
They don't know. Not going to get a pick there
And he just drops.
immediately. Nope, he's just going to drop. We're going to see the Voodoo Diva's going to be coming out. It worked out really well for him in the last point, especially against the Hog Reaper. This is so good. He was able to eat up a lot of ult in that last point as well. So great swap from him now, realizing that he might not be the way to go this time. The Katsuna Rush now just come out for Kane. He tried to save it from that last fight, and he will be able to use it here. Then with that bomb's going to be coming out, but he's going to get pulse bomb. Magoo with the great pulse bomb. The late E from Yup Yup, though, they want to try and still fight this, but I don't know if it's going to work out for them. I mean, there's just so much sustain for the side of Killer Ducks onto this point, and they're not going to be able to win this one. Clippy Thick is falling super low, but Yup Yup does get the boop off the map on the loop. He's keeping his team alive, and again, they do have this point, so is this going to be a big stall for them? Building up now here, Clippy Thick does be coming out close onto that ult here, and a great pick onto Archive with that amazing hook here. I mean, wow. I mean, they use the beat, they stay alive, the sustain is incredible, and Yup Yup with another beat kill.
Yeah, I mean, they just used B to keep Cliff alive and just kept juggling point. Quickly, you know, just popping that, take a breather, get that damage mitigation now, he only keeps contesting, now he already has another whole hog, and we're on last fight. And they have Katuners, they can just pop a rush whole hog and just insta-kill somebody.
Yeah. Looks like when it's seeing the Archives going to be coming out with that ult is going to be coming out, but not many picks to be coming out from that. Flip does come over to them, and the Katsune Rush from Seneca is coming out now. The first pick, though, does go to Salad here, so they're going to try and do a little bit more damage. Point going to be getting converted now by both these teams, and Archives going to be going to pick here. I mean, Killux trying to do as much as they can. The D-Mech does come back in for the side of Voodoo, as they're going to have their tank for the rest of this fight. Hook is going to miss, so not going to be much happen from that, though. The point is taking them now for Killer Ducks, and if they're not careful, again, this is match point. This is match map point. They let the thing get to 100, that's GG. Luffy does have the beat advantage. He's going to be able to pop it here, and Magoo is going to be able to capitalize off of that. Picking up now 70% and counting, and looks like Killer Ducks are going to take this point, pick it up now. You got to reset if you're Iowa State. You got to get out. This is the last fight. Yeah. This is the game.
And Neo was just seeing the downside of running a Roadhog, as, I mean, they're just going after wherever Cliff isn't, and he's just not getting the kills with Hook.
Picking up now. It's going to be 90%. Going to be pushing now. We're going to have that Katsune rush from the side of Pain. I mean, this is going to be it. Killer Ducks are going to try and take this point right now. Yup, building to the beat. He has to build it quick if he wants to stay. Cliff be thick. Cliff be thick is just going to be falling super duper low. Staying alive as long as he can now, but he just can't. Yup does build that beat, and it's going to be coming out a little bit late. He does save his entire team now. Going to be trying to push to the point. Voodoo does come out of next, so now it's going to be no tank for either of these sides. Archive falling super low. They're going to have to confirm a pick if they want to make something happen, but Voodoo, even out of the mech, he gets a pick. The tank is going to be going down for both these sides now, but again, the advantage is going to be the side of Killer Ducks, and this is going to be last fight. Loopy gets a pick. Archive's still super duper low, but he's able to stay alive, and Loopy gets another pick. I mean, this is going to be it. I mean, Cliffy Thick comes back on this doofus to try and do as much as he can, but with the punch missing, he's just going to fall super low. He has to stay alive for as long as he can, but Yup's falling super low, and that's going to be it. That's going to be Killer Ducks taking our game and taking the spring championship.
They deny the back-to-back win for Iowa State, as, I mean, it was just, they're just so much more cohesive. I just don't think Roadhog was the pick here. You just weren't getting necessary hook kills. There's so many times where Cliff was hooking somebody. I see him hook, and then I see him use Moon Lily to get away, and they just lost 5 health. And Hook does 5 damage. It's like, I don't know how Cliff managed to pull that off multiple times, or like, yup. I mean, how many beats happened after both DPS died?
I mean, yeah, you saw that time after time. But
Yeah.
Killer Ducks, our grand champion. I mean, we saw so many great performances in that fight. I mean, every single time that we saw somebody on this team, they were doing incredible things. So it's going to be pretty hard, but I'm going to leave it up to you here. Who do you want to be our MVP for this match?
I mean, honestly, I might just go with the person taking the focal point with the pushes, going through. Seemed like they're just controlling so much space. And honestly, outside of Coliseum was keeping up with Cliff so much, but I mean, it looked like that might have just been a one-off, and just we're not expecting Zarya on that map. Like, personally, in my opinion, Voodoo is the MVP. Now we're just going, seeing if they're willing to do an interview. I mean, the answer is normally yes. I mean, I would want to talk to me too. So, we will see. What is up, Voodoo? How are you doing today?
I am feeling great.
The champion, Voodoo.
Yep. Honestly, quite a
job,
dominant performance.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were going through, I mean, you won a map playing Mauga, Diva, Winston, Orisa?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what, 4 map wins? It's like, that is honestly quite impressive.
Well, Voodoo, coming in this match, you guys were the favorite. You guys are the upper bracket. You guys are the first seed, going 6-0. You guys have not dropped a match yet, and you guys did not drop a match here. So, I mean, after the first 2 matches, looking pretty dominant, but then 3rd and 4th map, I mean, they switched up. Iowa State really came back there. How do you guys really stop that momentum from them and win that 5th map and then win the 6th map finally?
We felt we were feeling ourselves, and then they threw some counter picks at us, and it took us a little while to adapt, especially on Colosseo. Colosseo is a map that we were very good at, and we just didn't adapt. We took a step back before Hollywood. We decided to make some adjustments, and then we came in, and then we started coming in dominant, being very dominant. Archive Magoo, we're getting their picks. Would be in Pain, we're also doing very well. It just took us a little mental reset, and we're good.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Voodoo.
Yeah, I will say, honestly, outside of Coliseum, you were doing a phenomenal job, and quite frankly, if Zinth and Salad weren't pulling heroics almost every fight, that would have been a much faster match. So I do want to give my kudos to you.
Thank you.
I would like to add in is, I noticed you guys rolled out on the Mauga on Li Jing. Is there any reason you picked that over the more normal pick of the Orisa? I guess normal for lack of a better word.
When Venture got released, JMac posted a potential Venture comp on Twitter where it was Mauga. It was the comp that we played, and we decided to give it a try in scrims, and we just never lost on it. We never lost, and we just never really had any issues with it. Obviously, it's a lot more difficult to play in TD Rissa as the Mauga, but as to Malga, but as long as I'm able to make space, as long as I'm able to make space and allow my DPS to do their work, then it works very well, and that's what we've been doing so far. We're in the tournament. We've played the comp, I think, about 7 maps, and we didn't lose any of them.
You know, that is actually impressive.
Very impressive indeed, bro. Great job, Voodoo. All right, we're ready to get you out of here. You go celebrate your team. Congratulations on being the Spring Division champion, man.
Thank you.
Well, guys, that's a wrap. I mean, that was a great match. I mean, it was just such a close match. It was supposed to be a little bit more one-sided for the side of Killer Ducks. Obviously, they did come out at the end, but Iowa State really put their best foot forward, and they gave it their all. I mean, they showed why they were the grand finals. They beat the first seed and the second seed in their division. So, I mean, just an incredible job from them. So, Killer Ducks able to win that in our spring division finals. We do have some... There are going to be more games not too far away. Again, this is the grand final, so there's going to be a little bit of a break. But again, please stick tuned. Keep watching on our socials. Subscribe to our channels, and you guys are going to get updates on whenever we do go live next. You guys can also join our Discord, where you guys can also see whenever maps are and see whenever the next matches are. You can get all that again. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I mean, such an incredible game. Thank you to my co-caster, and thank you to my production managers. Thank you guys so much for everything that we've been able to do this game. And it's been a great season. I'm really looking forward to the next season, so please stay tuned. And please stick around because we're going to have some great matches coming up in the following months.